Hey guys, happy Bourbon Day, first and foremost. We're doing this after doing another episode, so we're a little bit inebriated.
But that's okay. All right, guys, you know that Laughable 2.0 is now out. It's the one and only app where you can subscribe not only to your favorite podcasts, but also to your favorite fucking artists, which means that you can basically subscribe, get notified whenever your favorite artist is on another podcast. That's the way that fucking works. So be sure to check it out on your iOS. It's also coming soon to Android. What else are we sponsored by, Slayer?
Oh, and also, this episode is brought to you by Demon Seed Radio. If you are not into listening to us on awesome podcast apps, because you should, you can also hear us every Thursday night after this episode airs at 8:15 p.m. Eastern, 5:15 p.m. Pacific on demonseedradio.net. There are also a ton of other awesome adult-themed shows on Demon Seed Radio. Check them out. Besides that, this episode is the lovely goth Charlotte Sartre.
And we talk a lot about anal.
Holy fuck, so much anal.
So much anal.
A little bit of dysfunctional dicks, but a lot of anal.
I think mostly anal. I want to say 99% of it is anal. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
Hey, if we're wrong on our math, tweet at us after you listen to the episode.
So enjoy the show.
Charlotte is adjusting her mic.
Sorry, it was just bugging me.
It was bugging you?
Yeah, it was not, like, even.
It wasn't symmetrical, so Charlotte...
It wasn't symmetrical.
When there's phallic objects in Charlotte's face, she likes them to be symmetrical.
I like them to be symmetrical and not, like, extremely curving to one side.
Oh, man. I mean, if it curves up or down, it's one thing, but when it's to the side, that's when you're like, this is fucking weird.
Yeah, if it curves up, you can, like, make it work. If it curves down, just, like, sit on it backwards.
Well, yeah, you just do the reverse.
Yeah.
If it's curved to the side, you're like, it keeps poking me.
Yeah,
in my
you're like,
left
I
or
guess
right
just
side.
spoon me? I don't know.
Yeah, that would be the only way, right? If you think about it. Or like a...
Yeah.
Like a modified mish, you know, where you're
Yeah.
like a mish and then to the side,
Yeah.
and then he stays straight. Yeah,
That's a good one.
so technical.
I'm just curious about the curve down. How the fuck does that even work?
You've never, well, I was gonna say you've never seen one, Matt.
Mine does not go that direction, so...
There's a fucking porn dude. Do you remember Lee Stone?
I remember the name.
I mean, he's been retired from the business for a long time now, but there's this guy who male performer who was like a bodybuilder type, you know, and his dick was curved down.
So when he got an erection, it went like that?
It would literally like it'd be hard. Okay, like let's see if I can demonstrate. Like if you had a hard on, right? You know, dick's up, right? It would be like curved.
So it made an S?
Yeah, it was like I don't even know how to describe. Yeah, like. Yeah, it was curved downwards.
Yeah. Also, like, you can, if you, like, shoot up your dick too much, I've seen, like, one performer, I'm not going to name any names, but, like, his dick is kind of, like, deformed from it, so, like, just the tip curves, like, downward.
Just the tip?
Mm-hmm.
He has sad tip.
That's interesting. Was it, I wonder if I don't know who you're talking about, but I mean, I'll probably find out off air, but anyways, if, like, his
it's
dick
not,
was,
like, very noticeable,
Is it
but if
subtle?
you pay attention.
Oh, it's not like
Just the
Droopy
tip?
Dog?
It's not like Droopy. I love Droopy Dog. He's
So I wonder if
cute.
his dick was never always like that. And,
Oh
like,
yeah, apparently, I mean, I haven't seen his old work, but I've talked to like one director in particular who has been shooting him for many years and said, yeah, his dick didn't always used to be like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's just a lot of needles to your dick will do things to it.
For all the young men listening at home, do not shoot up your dick. It is bad for you though. Like unless you have ED, like legitimate ED, should not be shooting up your cock.
Well, the shooting up is for when you have paralysis, not even ED.
Actually, you're right about that. That's true, because if you can't feel anything.
That's true.
Yeah, regular old ED, they got pills.
Mm-hmm.
And you shouldn't abuse those either, folks.
Yeah. There's too many young guys in the business that are like, well, I mean, at least when I was performing anyways, there was like young 25-year-old boys that were like, yeah, I'll just fucking do this. And then one guy had to like get his cock drained twice because he like OD'd on.
Yeah, that can happen.
It's scary. I'm like, you're cocked. Can you imagine being a dude and like
and
having
then like,
a dick
yeah,
and having to have it drained?
Pass, hard pass.
I would retire.
Because I think they have
genitals
to.
are too valuable.
I think they have to stick something in it to drain. I don't even know. I don't even know how that works. Is that what they do? They have to. Stick
I don't want to
pretty
know.
sure.
I don't want to.
Too late. I'm Googling it.
Yeah. Because I really want to know. Like, I've only ever heard of, I had to go to the fucking doctor, have my dick drained like twice. I'm like, what the fuck?
Do
like,
they
no big
slice it
deal.
open? Do they put a giant?
I feel like they have to
in?
inject it or something. I don't know. Because whenever you hear the word drain, like I OD'd on fucking Viagra, for example, I'm like, when I hear someone say I had to get my dick drained, I'm like, so you had to come? Like,
I think of it like a spider bite. Like, did you just cut
That's what I'm trying to think
slice in
of.
it and just
or like just stab it
squeeze
and then
out?
it just like comes out. I don't know. Where are you in the research here, Slayer?
The medical term for when you have an erection for more than 4 hours. So, hold on.
Isn't it like Priya?
That is exactly right. 1 point for Charlotte Sartre.
What is it?
Charlotte is on the board.
What is it? What is it? Pre-what?
Priapism, right? Or something like
Yes,
that?
it is priapism.
Yeah.
Charlotte Sartre on the board, ladies and
Wow.
It's
gentlemen.
just
1 point.
I've talked to a lot of men who have had priapism. So it's stuck in my subconscious. That's something you never forget. The horror stories of an erection lasting longer than 4 hours or even longer than 10 hours. I'm so glad I don't have a penis.
You would never think that. I mean, like, to mix those two together, horror fucking erection stories.
Yeah, they should not be in the same sentence.
No.
Horror and erection. Unless it's like erotic horror. Like when I jerk
Right.
off watching Hellraiser.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that I can relate to. But fucking, horrific, like, erectile fucking issues. So you OD on either shooting up your cock with Caverject or Viagra, Cialis, what other fucking pill, whatever pills they have for fucking making your dick hard. If you OD on it, you have to go to the doctor, and then what happens, Matt? Have you come to that part yet?
I'm reading. But, just fun fact, at least 38 men who have taken Viagra have gone blind, according to the drug manufacturer.
Oh my god!
30? How? What? 38?
That's 38 too many.
And they're like, we're not adding that to the list of side effects because it was only 38.
38 men went blind?
And this is an article from 2005.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No. Baby, no.
Oh, there's a whole lot of bad shit that happens. Oof.
Are you on the dark side of the internet, Matt?
No, I'm on slate.com.
Oh my god. I just want to know what happens when a guy gets his cock, quote, drained at the doctor's. What does a doctor have to do?
Okay. The urologist sticks a needle into the side of the penis and draws blood directly from the cavernosa. The same needle is sometimes used to inject a saline solution into the penis,
I've heard of that.
which can help flush out the remaining blood. This method works 25 to 30% of the time.
Oh my god.
Your face right now says it all.
Doctors can also
I
inject.
am glad I don't have a penis sometimes when I hear stuff like that.
Doctors can also inject drugs that constrict the arteries and cut off penile blood flow. Injections are given every few minutes for about an hour.
Oh my god.
That sounds pleasant.
And sometimes people can't, their dicks stop working when they use it so much.
Ew. Mm-hmm. In rare cases, the urologist performs a surgical shunt. It involves cutting a small hole in the head of the penis, then opening oval windows at the tips of the cavernosa. When the surface of the incision is closed, the blood trapped in the erectile tissue drains through the unaffected penile veins.
I'm like picturing this in my head, like the.
I'm the one with the dick!
I know, and I'm just like, ooh, god.
I'm very sympathetic.
Well, that's why I don't fuck around with them pills.
Good boy.
I get erections on my own, just fine.
Just all these young guys were like, I can fucking do porn. I'm like, there's a reason why back in the early 2000s and the 90s, even in the 80s, there's only like a handful of men that could do porn because this is before Viagra came out. You know what I mean? Like, and then with the fucking, when that came out, and then, of course, when Caverject came out, everybody was like, I could totally do porn.
Yeah. No,
Then
the old
there's-
school guys could fuck a brick wall.
Oh, fuck yeah. Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ.
It's like, get hard. Fuck. Okay.
Okay. Why don't you come right now? Okay.
Yeah, there's just something off with their wiring.
Yeah. Ugh. Okay, let's talk about something pleasant.
Yeah.
we just jumped right into that,
Instead
didn't we?
of dick draining?
Dick draining. Let's talk about that real quick.
Well, I don't know. It's just something about Charlotte that brings out the dark side.
I guess.
Goth, Charlotte. It's like, no, it could not be me.
Yeah, you're the one that started it. She's the one that
I
started
didn't
it
mean
too.
to.
Oh fuck.
The moral of the story is be au naturel with your dick.
Yeah, be unnatural.
Because one of the other side effects of like Viagra and shit is also it can put you in a fucking coma for fucking up your blood pressure. It can,
Yeah. Oh, you know, a big thing too. I guess since we're being educational right now, I guess I should throw this out there too. Don't mix drugs with fucking other drugs with Viagra because, like, you know, Dan Bilzerian or whatever.
yep.
A lot of guys like fucking, you know, they look up to him because he's the man, all these fucking bitches and blah, 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 whatever. I actually read somewhere that he like, I think he did have a heart attack or almost have a heart attack. I think he did have a heart attack.
He had a heart attack.
Yeah, and he's like 30 something years old. 30.
He's not much older than me.
Yeah, he's like 36 or some shit. And it was because he was doing cocaine and mixing it with Viagra because, you know, partying, bunch of girls, whatever. And it's like, dude, when you do cocaine, your blood fucking, you're already like, your heart's already racing and shit. And then you do Viagra and then you're like, that's an overload. So, boys, gentlemen, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. And also, I really don't get it in his case. He's paying for those girls to be there. Who cares if he impresses them?
Right? It's true. I don't think they're going to be like, oh my God, his dick's fucking not hard again. I'm just kidding.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Don't sue.
But also, I'm not trying to like, I'm not trying to assume that he took it because his dick getting hard. A lot of guys take it because they want to party and shit. So I'm sure like, oh, a bunch of girls, let me just fucking take Viagra so I can go. They think it'll let them go for hours and stuff like that. I'm like,
He's like, I want my money's worth. I'm paying for all these girls. And that, I have no problem saying he's said it on many public appearances that he pays for these girls to hang out with him.
yeah, oh yeah. There's no doubt about that. On his fucking yacht.
Or his helicopter or whatever the fuck.
Or where the fuck little exotic place he's at with all these people. Oh my God.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't you? Mm-hmm. I don't believe you, Charlotte. So, Charlotte, what the fuck's been going on? You finally moved to Hollywood.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. I only live like I think less than 10 minutes from you. I did a scene today, which is really cool. Got some new tattoos and body modifications.
What'd you get done?
Yeah, what'd you get done?
I got a cross carved into my chest because you know that's just something you casually do. And I got my sleeve on my left arm almost finished.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
nice.
And I got DP'd today.
Let's talk about that.
Oh, it was so fucking hot. So it was a bi scene for Aiden Starr with my boyfriend Lance Hart and our really good friend Wolf Hudson, whom we all know and love here.
Yes, we do.
Wolf Hudson,
I used
friend
to
of the
live with
show.
him, one of my really close friends. It's funny because I didn't know that you guys shot today, and like just before I came over here to do the podcast, I get this snap from fucking Wolf, and I'm like, oh, it's Charlotte. And I wasn't sure if this was like, because it wasn't like a in real time snap. It was like videos in the chat, you know. So I wasn't sure if he was sending me old videos or something. Like I don't know why he would do that, but I was like, is that right now? Because I know he doesn't shoot anymore. So I was like, oh, okay. Or maybe it wasn't a shoot. I don't know. I was just like, oh shit. And then you came over here, and once you came in here, you were like, oh yeah, I just finished shooting with Wolf. And I was like, oh my God, that's why he sent me those videos.
Yeah, it was really sweet. I was so honored he like briefly came out of retirement for that project. It was super cool. But yeah, in the scene, it was so funny because I'm like, so in the scene, it's like Lance is my boyfriend, just true in real life. And then he invites like Wolf over to give me a massage, which has happened many a times. I've gotten many massages from Wolf. They're great. And I'm like, I'm just really like tense, you know, like inside my butthole. If you could like just massage inside my butthole, like loosen it up. And it was really cool. And then there's a penis inside me. And then there's two penises inside me. It was really great.
Does Wolf normally massage the inside of your butthole when he takes care of you?
Not normally, but I think it's going to be a regular thing now. I was like, damn, I was missing out. But it was funny. We were all hooking up on Friday, like the three of us plus a bunch of other people for Lance's like birthday orgy, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I saw those posts too.
Yeah, I saw a couple.
It was great. There was like so many like hot moments, but we didn't like film any of it. We just took like photos after. Mm-hmm. So I just have like those memories in my head of like dudes sucking other dudes' dicks and like everybody like centipede fucking. Like I look over
centipede fucking.
Yeah, we're like
daisy chains, trains, and then there's fucking centipede fucking.
Centipede fucking is the hottest. Like there was one girl like getting fucked on a bed, and this guy was like fucking her, and then another guy was fucking him. Mm-hmm. It was such a hot thing to see.
I think the closest thing I've ever done to doing that was when I was fucking. My ex was fucking me while a guy was fucking him.
Oh, that's so hot. It was like, I love dudes who like getting fucked in the ass by other guys.
Yeah.
Matt feels so vanilla right now.
A lot of my exes were very, very bi.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's like we can share like boys together.
Yeah.
And girls.
Although I'm really pissed at my most recent ex because he was like he would strip at the gay bars, you know? Mm-hmm. He was also a doctor, which is kind of funny.
That's so cool.
He there was this other couple, like I had hooked up with this couple before, like we had like a fucking, was it 1, 2, there was 4 of us. It was like me, my girlfriend, her girlfriend, and then her boyfriend. So the four of us hooked up one time, and I started sending him like footage, you know, like in real time. Like I think I fucking FaceTimed him while we were like doing all this shit. And then like I introduced him to this couple, and we always tried to like get together and hang out, but it just never fucking happened, right? Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, he goes to strip at the fucking gay bar, and then he came home super late, which I don't give a fuck, whatever. That's how, you know, he always comes home late. But it took him forever to finally admit to me that the reason why he came home so late was because he fucking snuck away with my girlfriend's boyfriend, just the two of them. Like, she wasn't even there. And hooked up together at a fucking hotel in West Hollywood. I was like, what the fuck? Without me? And then, like, and without her? Because she obviously liked it a lot, too.
And, like, he didn't tell you about it right away?
He didn't tell about me.
Please tell me, like, where did you come? Like, who entered who?
He didn't tell me about I think he was, like, scared to tell me about it or something. Because that's what happened with my other ex. The one where we did a little train thing going on. Where, like, I was the one at the end of the train. And then my ex was fucking me. And then somebody else was fucking him. And then we kind of, like, swapped around and stuff. Like, he did the same thing with me. I don't know if you've ever had this problem. But, like, this is twice now that this happened to me. Where I dated 2 different dudes. And they, like... felt like they couldn't say something to me because what ended up happening was... No, this is what happened. It was the opposite. So this guy and my ex, the first one, the train, he ended up hooking up with the guy without me. Like, we hooked up together at first, and then they hooked up together, just the two of them. And my ex knew how much I would fucking be, like, so into it, like, with details and stuff. But the other guy was like, you can't tell Annie about this. You can't. Like, it would probably, like, hurt her or something like that. And he's like, no, I think she would think it was hot. And he's like, you can't tell her. You can't fucking tell her. And kept telling my ex, like, you can't fucking, you can't say anything. But of course he told me because he was like, I knew that you wouldn't fucking be pissed. But it was just very interesting how I'm like, you fucked him without me, but it was still hot. Mm-hmm. And then my most recent ex, okay, I should probably just, I mean, we've shared so much on this fucking podcast. I guess it doesn't matter if I share this little bit of info unless people fucking will think I'm gross. Anyways, I think the only reason why he fucking said anything to me is that, he had like problems with his ass, you know, like the fucking pleats were a little, you know what I'm talking about?
It happens.
It happens when you get fucked in the ass by a big dick because this dude has a big fucking dick. And we had to go to the doctor because he was like, he needed like cream and stuff like that to kind of help heal it. Mm-hmm. And I never asked anything. I didn't ask a question. I didn't like, you know, like pry, like, why the fuck is your ass all like fucking tore up? You know what I mean? And finally he was like, so, and then he just told me everything. And I was like, why didn't you fucking tell me this? Because I think he waited like a good month before he actually fucking told. Well, no, it wasn't a month because his ass was like freshly tore up. So I think it was like more like a week. It was like a week had passed, and then finally he was like, all right, fine. I ended up hooking up with him, and I'm like, and clearly he fucked you. Oh, my God. fucking took him to the doctor, and then he finally fucking said to me what happened, and I was like, okay, that's 2 boyfriends now. And all the guys specifically that I've dated, because women, totally different story, but all the guys that I've dated, for the most part, were very open with their desires and fantasies and stuff, because they know how open-minded I am. Mm-hmm. And then on the flip side, some of them, I feel like the ones that were kind of like, I don't know if I should tell her this or not. Yeah.
Well, in any partner, you don't want someone who is afraid to tell you what they want.
Yeah. Because that's just setting yourself up for, like, problems down the line.
Yeah, that's just a recipe for disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Find someone that wants to fuck you in the ass. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
If that's your thing.
If that's your thing.
Because
a lot of, I work as a dating coach, and a lot of guys always ask me, how do I tell my wife or this girl that I'm dating, like, especially if it's fresh, Because it's one thing if you've been with someone for a very long time. Like, let's say you're married for, like, 10 years, right? And you secretly like to fucking be fucked in the ass. And you're like, how do I tell my wife that I want her to fucking fuck me in the ass? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Whereas there's people that are, like, in fresh relationships where they're like, how do I tell this chick that I like to fucking, be fucking humiliated or whatever? Or maybe you're a chick who, like, how do I tell him, that I like to fucking be tied up and whatever, you know what I mean? And I always tell people, you just have to fucking come out with it, because then why would you want to expect something sexually from someone and then emotionally invest yourself in them only to find out that they're very, 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 like, anti whatever it is? Because, there's some people that are like, I will never fucking do that. I dated a dude who was like, I would rather get my dick sucked than fuck you in the ass. And I was like, well, okay then.
Apparently he's quite a bit of a top.
Who, my ex?
Yeah.
A real top would fuck somebody in the ass.
True.
That's true. Yeah.
It's like, you don't deserve the title.
I feel like maybe he had, like, I never really pried, but I kind of gathered that the one time, because he only did it once, and she was not prepared.
She shot on his dick.
And I think he was just completely ruined after that, and was like, I would rather not.
Well,
but he did, though, like, when it was like my birthday or like Christmas or something. So I got it on, like, special holidays and shit. But
isn't it supposed to be the other way around? Like, on his birthday, he gets to fuck you in the ass?
no, not with me. With me, it's the opposite. Yeah.
Well, you sound like you were the dude in the relationship anyways.
I was totally the dude in the relationship. Actually, I'm the dude in every relationship I've ever had. Except for my current one. He's pretty manly, so.
well, the way I say it, like, don't fuck somebody in the ass and expect there to be no shit on your dick, because it fucking happens.
That's why I always tell people, I was like, don't be afraid to do it. Especially because with the civilian, like, girls that don't do porn. Because I've done, like, anal training with civilian chicks before. Mm-hmm. A lot of them don't understand how, porn girls, actually porn performers, because, guys that do it as well, mm-hmm. That there's a way to prepare yourself for anal. I, like, wrote a whole piece on it, and I've, done talks on it. A lot of people are unaware. That's why when guys who watch porn, because these are the only, I've realized these are the only types of dudes that talk a lot of shit about it. Pardon the pun. No, actually, pun totally intended. But anyways, the guys that talk the most shit about anal sex are the ones that watch a shit ton of porn, because I always get a lot of questions on my radio show from guys like, how is it that your ass is so pristine? I'm like, because there's a preparation process, man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think when they want their girlfriends or their wives to do it, they have high expectations. Like, oh, I tried it with my wife one drunken night, but she, like, fucking, got a little something on there. And I'm like, well, you're digging for gold. What do you expect? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, there's a way you're supposed to prepare yourself for it.
Yeah, porn is not sex ed, and it should not be viewed as such. But I mean, the general public, isn't going to go searching for answers when...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why when people ask me, I'm like, well, don't get mad at your girlfriend for accidentally pooping on your cock because you were sticking it in her ass. So, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
If you're worried about it, wear a condom.
Could do that too. Yeah.
Or just fuck in the shower.
Well, you still get shit on your dick at that point.
Yeah, but you can just rinse it off and stick it back in the pooper.
Yeah, but many people are skittish about such things.
Or you can go to theseductivelifestyle.com and look at my blog, because there's a whole thing that explains how to properly prepare for anal. For those of you that are like, how do I do it with my boyfriend, or how do I let my girlfriend do it? There you go. Problem solved.
Yeah. Other pro tip, use a lot of lube.
More specifically, silicone or coconut oil.
I love silicone. I'm
Silicone.
kind of traumatized by coconut oil mixed with the smell of messy anal. It's not a good combination.
Ooh.
It just doesn't. My brain doesn't like it. My nose doesn't like it.
I don't think I've had that issue yet, so I'm like, now I'm picturing it. Well, if you can picture smell, but anyways, imagining it, I guess. Well, silicone is really good for anal because water-based. Well, I guess we're doing a little educational talk here for a second.
Yeah.
Water-based, it's very sticky, and what happens is your asshole will absorb it. So that's why you want to use silicone or something silicone-like because it's smoother and it keeps you lubed up.
Found that out the hard way one time. Well, not about the water-based lube. Chick I was banging for a while. Got home drunk from the bar and she's like, fuck me in the ass. Yeah, no lube. When she woke up in the morning, like, why is my asshole bleeding? I'm like, you just said fuck you in the ass, no lube.
Oh, she said fuck me in the ass, no
She's like,
lube.
just fuck me in the ass right now. Like,
See, so sometimes I like using spit, to be
I
honest.
spit on her ass for initial insertion, but blood was lubricant pretty quickly on.
Oh, God.
I'm kind of into that. The only time, well, not the only time, because I've done a lot of anal with no lube, but like the best time was like when Rocco fucked me in the ass with no lube. I was just ready, and then one of my friends like saw the scene later, and he's like, "The way you're screaming can definitely tell that's like lubeless anal penetration."
You know, it's really funny that you say that because there are people that watch a lot of porn that they're like, you could tell by a girl's moan, like how painful or how pleasurable or what other fucking issue could be.
Yeah,
Well-
sometimes you can't always fake it.
Yeah.
Rocco's working with quite a bit of a hog there, too.
Oh yeah, it's massive.
And for those listening, we're talking about Rocco Siffredi, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got a big dick.
I remember watching one of his scenes like way back in the day. And it's like, it looks like he's gutting that girl like a fish.
Probably. Jesus Christ almighty.
It feels like that, but in the most beautiful way.
What's the biggest dick you've ever taken?
Good question. Like, there's been some that are like super long, and then some that are super thick. I'm not by any means bringing like a measuring tape.
Well,
to
yeah,
each
of
scene
course.
I do, and sometimes I can't like remember scenes I do because I just kind of black out from.
Well,
being
more
too
importantly,
horny.
what's the biggest dick you've taken in real life?
Yeah, that's what I actually meant, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Before I did porn, I really didn't sleep with a lot of dudes, and they were all kind
That's
of
another
unimpressive.
one. We were just
Yeah.
talking about this. There's a lot
I
of girls.
was like mostly into women, and like I actually came out as like gay when I was like 18. I didn't really realize I was like kind of into dudes until I was 20, which was only a couple years ago. So I've had like a lot of catching up to do.
Wow. Interesting.
Definitely.
I'm like, wow. Yeah,
I
because there's I've met a lot of girls in the business who like there was one girl that I met, she's long gone from the business because, you know, I've been around for so long. She had only had 2 partners before she got into porn, and I was
Oh my
like, oh
God.
my God.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think I can't even remember this guy's name, but I remember he had a pretty big dick. It was just some dude that I went to college with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I had I banged him like maybe like once or twice, with in like threesome with my ex-girlfriend or whatever. It was like he like had a big dick, but he didn't really know how to use it. I think
See,
that's why I don't
hate
remember
that.
him. Yeah,
you know, like that's why I don't like saying like, oh yeah, you know, there's a lot of girls who are like, I'm a size queen. You know, I'm all about the fucking size.
that doesn't mean anything.
But there's so many dudes that I've come across that have big, beautiful dicks that are like, it's not just big, it's pretty looking. You're looking at it and you're like, oh my God, that's actually a really pretty looking fucking penis. But then the minute they fucking start to fuck me, I'm like,
what are you doing?
what's going on? Is it in? What? Like, you know what I mean? Like, my pussy is not loose by any means, but if there's no solid movement to where you got a rhythm going and I'm like asking what the fuck is going on here, you suck. And there's so many guys with big dicks. I think because they feel like, oh, my dick's huge. I fucking,
Don't have to
that's
do
all I
anything.
need. And
Yeah.
it's like, no, motherfucker. It's like saying, I've got good looks, that's enough. And then you have like a fucking micro penis. But anyways.
Or it's like when you take a good-looking girl home and she just fucking lies there.
Pillow princess.
most disappointing thing on the planet. It's like,
Pillow princess.
you're so hot, but you so don't care. Oh.
A lot of them don't care. It's like the hotter the chick, they're just like, whatever. Just, you're in, right? Okay, cool. Go ahead.
And I'm not down with that because I like to choke girls, so.
Yeah.
I love being choked. It's awesome.
Yeah, we talked about this too with Dolly Lee. Didn't we talk about that with Dolly Lee? Yeah, choking.
I think we've talked about it with everyone.
We talked about it with everybody. Yeah, nearly passing out and tingles all over. And then I actually shot a movie once where I haven't talked about this yet. Where oh god, what the fuck was the dude's name? I can't remember. He's not in the business anymore. But this was like a long ass fucking time ago. I actually have a copy of the DVD because I really wanted to see if they just to see if they kept this bit in the fucking movie, because he choked me so hard to the point where I actually fucking passed out.
That's so hot.
And no, it was really hot because I when I came to, I forgot where I was. He had to slap me out of it, and I was like, where the fuck am I? And then I'm like, oh my god, I'm on a couch shooting a porno. Like, what the fuck's going on here? And I really don't know how that looked on camera. So like, I got a copy of the movie just so I could see if they kept it in. Dude, it was actually kind of creepy. Like, so I'm watching the movie, and he goes to choke me, and I do this weird thing with my hand. I'm like, because we're kind of like, the way he's fucking me is I'm laying on the couch, kind of like in a side mish almost, and he's upright, and he's just fucking me, and like with my legs up, and he's choking the fuck out of me. I pass out, but I do this weird thing where my hand kind of like locks in like a weird position, and I started making some weird wheezing noise or whatever. And I'm just like, I look lifeless, but my hand is like, I don't even know how to describe it for those listening because I can't even, like.
You go limp?
I just go limp, but my hand was like, it was like literally, I'm like this.
It's spasming?
Like it was like spasming. Signs. And then, yeah, like seriously, like rock and roll, man. So my hand's like spasming, and I'm like, making this weird like wheezing noise. And then when I could tell that the cameraman, I think he knew that I passed out, because as I'm watching this all go down in the movie that they fucking left this bit in, the cameraman starts to pan away from my face because I'm literally just like laying there lifeless. And then when he finally goes wider, that's when I come to, and the dude's slapping me on the face like, fucking wake the fuck up. And then I snap out of it, and I could even tell because I remembered exactly what I was thinking in that moment just watching the video. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like thinking to myself, what the fuck? I'm like, have this look on my face. Like, where am I? I'm like, oh shit, we're okay. Okay, we're shooting a porn. All right, let's go. So they totally kept that in there. And I was like, oh my God.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was crazy. I just wanted to see what it looked like pass the fuck out. But I literally, my arm was like locked, and I was wheezing. It was weird. It was not like sexy like I thought it was going to be.
The only time I've gotten choked out during sex, I was fucking this dude like in his car in like some parking lot in like the East Bay or something. I think it was like Hayward or one of those, one of those towns.
Are you
like
from the Bay Area? Mm-hmm. Oh shit!
Yeah. Well, I wasn't born there, but I spent a lot of my life there. Mm-hmm. And then so I'm like getting choked, and then I pass out, and then like I wake up, and then I have a really intense orgasm. And then a cop like walks in on us both, and he's still got his hand around my fucking neck.
God.
And like the dude just is like, oh, you can't be here. I have to see some IDs. And like I had just turned 18 at that point. And I was like, shit, this dude's like a lot older than me. This looks bad. But I mean, it's like legal or whatever.
Well, yeah, because you're 18. Yeah.
Might not be legal in public.
Yeah. The dude didn't I mean, the cop probably like sat in his like cruiser and like jerked off to it later, because it was pretty fucking hot.
Yeah. Damn.
Do you like the idea of dudes jerking off to you? I mean, in like real life, not.
It depends. Like, if I always get random dudes on Twitter being like, I'm jerking off to you, I'm like, well, cool, it means I'm doing my job right, but like, don't send me pictures of it because that's weird. But like, if it's like somebody I'm interested in, I'm like, send me like pictures and videos of you jerking off, and like tell me what you're jerking off to.
See, there's a big difference. Like, a lot of people think that we want those unsolicited fucking dick pics, but then it's different when it's someone that you actually want to fuck. Or like
it's not by any means flattering. Like, I don't care. And it's kind of gross. Your dick looks weird. You need to see a doctor.
Yeah.
You need to get the fuck out of my inbox.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I'm like emotionally invested in you, like I want to know when you're horny and stuff, because that also makes me horny.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, every dick pic I've ever received from a fan has never been flattering.
I've never once looked at an unsolicited dick pic and thought, wow, that's impressive. That's a nice dick.
Yeah, I have yet to fucking have someone send me one where I'm like, oh, I don't like you, but damn, your dick is actually kind of nice.
It's always the dudes with like the worst dicks who are the most proud of them.
Oh yeah,
And
they're
I
like,
don't
yeah, you
understand
like
that.
this fucking dick. I'm like, not really.
No.
You might want to get that looked at.
I'm curious if it's ever worked for any of those dudes.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Otherwise, they would maybe stop trying.
Well, you'd think if they don't succeed, they'd stop trying, but apparently
I think
not.
they're just hitting up like every girl. And then
it's very rare that I come across someone. I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. I've met a couple of dudes from online. Or like I'm not, I've done the whole dating app thing, right? Tinder, Bumble, but like I've also met dudes off of like Instagram or whatever, you know what I mean? Where they would talk to me first. They wouldn't just outright fucking be like, here's a picture of my fucking cock, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where we would like talk for a little bit and then things would get sexualized and then I'm like, well, hey, without me having to ask for it. And then I'm like, that's actually a pretty dick. So, yeah.
there's a time and a place.
There is a time
for
and a
when
place.
it's appropriate for unsolicited dick pics. Just read the context clues, and if the conversation is moving in that direction and you think, by the way this girl's talking to me, it seems like she might be interested in seeing my penis, then proceed from there. But otherwise, if in doubt, just don't do it.
See,
exactly.
I'm all about just showing it to you in person. I've never sent a dick pic. I will never send a dick pic.
Plus, you don't want a picture of your dick floating around either, right?
That too.
Yeah.
But I prefer it to be like Christmas morning when you unwrap that motherfucker like, oh my God, look what Santa brought me.
Bless you, Matt. Bless you.
Well, it's really bless her, but...
Ding.
No, I don't see the fucking point. I mean, yes, you guys enjoy the visual, but you guys are not as visually stimulated as dudes are. As a rule of thumb, women are not as visual as men.
I'm pretty visual, but yeah, I get it.
You're a dude, whatever.
I am a dude. It's true. I should have been born a man, but moving on.
Statistically.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree with that statement. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is why we pursue chicks that are like, wow, you're hot. You're horrible, but you're hot.
Makes a lot of sense now.
We're stupid. We're dumb. We've all been there. It's just like...
Oh, definitely.
Oh, you're so pretty. Oh. Older and wiser don't fall for that as much.
Yeah.
As much.
Oh, I'm still got a pulse.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm much better now that I'm older, weeding out like, oh my God, you're horrible. I don't care how hot you are.
Yeah.
I think I've talked about this before.
Yeah, you have.
It's like,
I feel like a lot of guys that as they get older, they slowly move past all that. Like a lot of guys that I know, or guys that I've dated even, where when they were younger, they would kind of like just tolerate bullshit from the hot ones, and then as they got older, it just got to a point. Oh, you're not gonna suck my dick? Well, okay, bye. Because I actually knew a guy that did that. He first of all, he was super hot. Second of all, when he would come across these hot ass fucking girls, that would be like, nah, like I remember him eating this girl's pussy once. He was telling me the story how he ate this girl's pussy once, and then was like, all right, time for you to fucking suck my dick. And she was like, nah, not today, or I'll do it later. And then they hook up again later on, and she makes another excuse, and finally he was like, he put his fucking shorts back on and was like, get out. He's like, you can't play this game with me. Like, oh, you're so hot that you're not going to suck my dick. And then you're going to just pretend like you're going to eventually suck my dick. No.
His needs weren't being met.
Nope.
Bravo, sir. Bravo.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, good for you. Because a lot of people, they're just like, whatever. They'll come around and then they don't. And then they're like stuck with them because they're, again, emotionally invested for too long.
Yeah.
No, you got to get yours.
Yeah.
Whatever yours is, you got to get it.
Exactly. If it's anal sex, like my ex that was like, I'd rather get my dick sucked than fuck you in the ass, then find someone that'll fuck you in the ass, baby girl or boy.
I've never heard that before. Like, who on earth would rather like get a beach than fuck somebody's butt?
Right? I was like, really?
Like, fucking butts is awesome. Like, even wearing a strap on and like fucking like a dude
Especially
or chick in the butt
like,
is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yes. That's so hot.
I mean, I honestly prefer vaginal, but that's me.
Hey, to each their own, man. Some people fucking are like.
I've heard from some dudes that like vaginal actually feels better because like when you think about it, the ass is only tight like at the entrance,
At
and
the
then if you're
sphincter
fucking,
muscle,
yeah,
yeah.
and if you're fucking it for a while, like gets loose. Like I know after I put like 2 dicks in my butt, you put one in, it's like I can't feel anything. The dude can't feel anything. It's like throwing.
Well, my
like a hot
my
dog down the
ass,
hallway.
you can fit a truck back there, dude. I remember I've shared the story about how I got double anally penetrated by identical twins once.
That's so fucking
Yeah,
hot.
it was really hot. But it started off with me fisting my ass while his twin was in me. This was not for a porno, by the way.
You were my dream woman.
He was. Yeah,
Tell me more
was-
about you fisting your ass.
He was
please.
he was in my. Well, first they were trying to do double. Okay, first of all, my pussy is way tighter than my asshole.
Yeah, me too.
Like I can fit 3 cocks back there if I wanted to. My pussy, you can't fist it. Like I remembered people from Kink.com, they were like, "Oh, let's fucking fist your." I'm like, "You can't. Like,
Me either.
absolutely cannot."
I actually recently, just like a few days ago, got my pussy fisted for the first time ever in my life, but it was by a
Wow.
woman with very
Like,
tiny
really
hands.
dainty little
Yeah, they were even
hands?
smaller than my hands.
yeah.
Could you imagine me trying to fist you, Charlotte?
No,
The first time I got
would
fisted in my ass
would
was
not
by a
work.
man with big hands. I'll tell you
Oh,
that much.
that's
I got
so hot.
pictures of that shit. But no. So the twins, I could tell they'd done this before, right? Like they've shared girls together, and they're identical in every way. Like they're like if you would have put a blindfold, no, not even a blindfold, because they're identical.
Was
like,
it the Sklar brothers?
what?
The comedian twins.
No, so so I'm like riding one twin cowgirl, and the other brother is like behind me and trying to fucking DP me and shit. He goes for the pussy. Like he like tries to, and I squealed because I was like, this is not gonna work, dude. I can't. I've never ever attempted double vag. I never will attempt double vag. It's never gonna happen. My ex-girlfriend I remember one time I got really fucked up with my ex-girlfriend once. And she tried to squeeze 2 dildos. I mean, dildos are way different than fucking cocks, obviously, because dildos are hard, plastic. She tried to stick 2 dildos in my pussy, and that wasn't even fucking happening. And I remember waking up the next morning sore as fuck, and then there was like all these pictures that floated around. I'm like, oh my God, you did that to me. I was like, this is not going to happen.
Yeah, I fucking hate double vag. Like I've done it a few times, and only like one time has it ever felt good, just because the dicks are the right size. But it's just like I'm like screaming in pain, and like trying to make it look like I enjoy it.
And that's what happened with the twins. Like he just stuck the tip back there, and I squealed. I'm like, dude, there's no fucking way that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
So then
just put it in my ass.
So all I did was I took my left hand, or no, my right hand, and I fucking like started fucking choking myself with it so I could produce more spit. Mm-hmm. And then I just shoved my hand up my ass while his brother was in my pussy. And he was like, oh, okay. So then his brother pulled out of my pussy, went into my ass. I shoved my fist into my ass at the same time. And then I was like, I think I'm ready. And then the twin stuck his dick into my ass. So then I had my hand and 2 dicks in my asshole.
It's so hot.
So it's like a double handy in your ass.
It was like, yeah, I was like, I could jerk both their, well, that would be really funny, wouldn't it? But no, it was super fucking hot. And it was really funny because I was like, man, I was actually talking about this with friends of mine because my one buddy, he's dating a girl who has an identical twin. She's super fucking hot too, right? Mm-hmm. So we started talking about like twins, and I was like, oh, I've already been there, done that, honey. You know what I mean? And then I asked her, I was like, or her boyfriend, or my friend that's dating her, he was like, can you believe that her and her twin sister never like tried to screw with people when they were growing up? And that instantly made me think of these twin brothers. I was like, because when we finished hooking up, one of the brothers was like, yeah, when we were growing up, he would have a girlfriend, I would have a girlfriend, we would like swap. And I'm like, without the girls, no, because they're identical. I was like, without the girls knowing that you guys swapped, like wow.
Hey, bro, that's rape.
Yeah.
Not cool.
But no. So I was like, is that what you guys do or whatever? And they never really admitted to like, fucking each other's girlfriends like without them knowing. But he did say that like, yeah, we shared. And I'm like, all right, okay. But I have a funny feeling that they might have possibly maybe done that.
God, I missed out. So I have a fraternal twin brother. So it's like impossible to fuck with people. And also it's just, I'm not into like that kind of incest. Like I think the idea of like 2 like identical dudes fucking me or like 2 identical girls fucking me is like hot.
Right.
But like it was just like my like dorky like twin brother like who looks nothing like me. I'm like, oh, well, no thanks. Pass.
If it was a twin sister, would you be down?
I'd have to think about that one. I might not admit to that on air.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is a yes.
Oh, fuck. How did we get into that conversation?
Y'all getting down with twins.
Talking about twins. Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, because we were talking about stuffing stuff in our assholes. Yeah, but no, we were talking about how tight, like, fucking pussy is versus the asshole, because the asshole can fit so fucking much in there. And, speaking of, like, I remember this happened to me on 2 different fucking occasions. Like, one time I was hooking up with this dude, and he was spoon fucking me, and it accidentally slid. Okay, so I had this. I've never mentioned this on this show before, but it's kind of a well-known fact that, like, especially when I'm single, right? Mm-hmm. When I was single, let me rephrase. When I was single, I would never leave the house without being anal ready, because I love spontaneous anal, and there would be times where, like, dude, I'd be like, oh my god, I just want you to shove it up my ass, but then I'm like, oh my god, I didn't prep myself, and then I'd freak out, have a little mini freak out, or they wouldn't care, and then I would still freak out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just so much easier to get things up there when you're mentally relaxed.
That's how my gay boys do it too. They call it being date ready. That's what one of my gay bestie says. He's like, oh, it's being date ready. So that's where I kind of coined the term from. Is that, like, so that's what I would do. I would never leave the house without being, quote, date ready, which would technically be anal ready, so that, like, when I would go out and meet people or go out with somebody that was picking me up or whatever, my asshole would already be fucking prepared and stuff. And but in this case, I'm fucking this dude, and he's spoon fucking me, and it accidentally went into my ass. It wasn't even like yeah, I just shoved it in my ass. It just slid right in, because my ass is that fucking, like, inviting, I think is the word I'd like to use for that.
That's a great word, yes.
Yeah, very inviting. And I just let it happen. I was like, whatever. So he's still fucking me. All of a sudden, he starts to slow the pace, and he's like, and then he reaches around to touch and feel my pussy, and he's like, am I in your ass right now? And I turn around and I just, like, kind of slapped him. I'm like, did you not know that? Like, you know what I mean? And then the other instance was even funnier, because I hooked up with this dude. We're in my room. We're fucking doggy, and he's just pounding the shit out of me. Same thing. It goes into my ass. And I'm like, whatever. I let it happen. This time I was anal ready. Not that the other situation was anything to be worried about. Everything was totally fine. But this one, I was like, oh, okay. Well, it's in there. So I just let him do it. And he had a big fucking dick, too. That was what was crazy about it. Then he fucking did the same exact thing the other guy did, where he kind of slowed down. And he was really drunk, too. So he was like, and then he reaches, goes underneath, and he's like, oh, shit. I'm, like, totally in your asshole right now. Oh, no. What did he say? He said something. Oh, my God. He said something really, really funny that really made me turn slowly. Like, are you fucking serious right now? Like, I will have to remember what he said, because I can't remember. I just remember it was really funny. But, like, yeah. Anyways, I guess everyone knows Cruz's asshole is loose. Moving on.
If that dude is listening to the show, please text us and let us know what the hell you said.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm so happy that you have a loose butthole too.
Yeah. High five for loose buttholes. Yes.
Once again, Matt left out of the party.
I mean, honestly, I'd rather have a tight pussy than a fucking, my
tight butthole. You can't do anything with, like, a tight butthole.
No.
It's completely useless.
Oh, and it'd probably hurt to shit too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and not only that, like, if I'm, this rarely happens, but if I'm like, if my pussy's out of commission, like, to where she's sore from having so much sex, because I do have a lot of sex, I'm like, let's give my pussy a break. Just fuck me in the ass. I like to have a secondary,
Me too. I've never
backup plan.
Like, I've gotten lots of, like, tears in my pussy, and, like, had to go to the doctor and whatnot, and been out of commission for, like, weeks at a time, just for, like, random shit. But I do so much anal that, like, it doesn't, like, matter. And also, like, if I tear my ass, like, on set or whatever, which rarely happens anymore because I stretch really well, like, by the next day I'm fine.
Yeah.
Just the ass is just magical.
The ass is magical. Mm-hmm. Booty hole magic.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Matt?
I've never felt either one of your assholes, so I don't know.
Matt's like, I don't do the anal anyways.
Oh no, I'm down to bang a girl in the ass. I'm just saying I've never felt either one of your assholes.
Oh,
so.
right.
I have felt a asshole. I believe I told the story 10 minutes ago about that.
Yes, you did. That's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying, because you were saying that it's not your thing.
No, I mean, I'll do it, but I mean, what's bad is the last couple times I've done it was more of a dominance thing than a, like, sexual thing. Mm-hmm. Had a couple super submissive girls, and I'm just like, I'm going to fuck you in the ass. Just Because I'm a man.
And I'm going to do what I want.
Makes sense.
It was in the moment. They were down. I was down. But,
Good times were had by all.
good times were had by all. But generally, no. I like the self-lubricating hole.
Yeah.
Well, because it's a good gauge of that I'm doing something right when it's well lubricated.
That's true, too, actually. That's very true. I remember when I was breaking up with my ex 2 years ago now, almost 2 years ago. I already knew that I was breaking up with him. So I was just waiting for him to leave the country so that I could move out.
That's brilliant.
I remembered I was still having sex with him because I was like, I can't let him know that I'm fucking moving out. You know what I mean? And but when we had, it's amazing when you're with someone for a long time. They kind of get to know you, your body, and like the things that turn you on, what gets you going, and whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. And because I just wasn't turned on by him anymore. Mm-hmm. That like when he was fucking me, he was like, "What the hell? You're not like." You usually come like so much, at this point, this and that, and da 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 da. And he was just kind of calling me out almost. And I was just like, oh, do I need to fake it now? Like, how do I can't fake pussy being wet. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't like you, the pussy never lies, is what I like to always say.
It doesn't. It definitely doesn't.
Yeah, pussy never lies.
Yeah,
I can moan all I want, but if the pussy's not fucking.
Yeah, it's like, that you were just you're drying out here and we're sober. Yeah, something's not right here.
Yeah.
Like if you're drying out when we're drunk, well, that happens.
Yeah, because you're dehydrated, of course. Yeah, that's normal. But when your relationship is going south and you're still fucking your partner because you don't want him to know that things are over, and he calls you out on it, that's when you know.
In hindsight, I've been there. At the time, I was kind of like, "This ain't right." In hindsight, I'm like, "Yeah," because that was definitely the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I bet when you broke up with him, he was like, I fucking knew it. At least to himself.
Yeah. He like started, well, I don't even know if I should talk about this on the air, but yeah, there was some shit that went down after I moved out. Because when I'm done with relationships, I'm done. I don't do the whole, let me cry about it and fucking still talk to them. Like when I'm done, I'm done. Like,
yeah, same.
I'm like, I'm not going to talk to you. Like especially if it's a sour breakup, right? Because I have a lot of, most of my relationships have ended very amicably. Like, okay, hey, you know what? We're better off as friends or whatever. Like 99% of my relationships have ended that way. Like I'm still close with my fucking ex from, I wouldn't use the word close. I still talk to my ex from like 14 years ago. You know what I mean? And there's only one ex that I don't ever fucking talk to, and that's the one I'm talking about right now. And it was a very, very, very sour fucking breakup, and I was like, don't want to fucking be with you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. Leave me the fuck alone. And then he was the one that kept hassling me. Let's talk about something happy now.
Yeah, I was just about to comment something.
Can we start talking about anal again?
Yeah, let's talk about anal again.
This is the all anal episode, folks.
The all anal episode. So what's the most you can fit in your ass? 3?
Mm-hmm. I'd only done triple off camera, but it was during a double anal scene when I was in Prague last year. I'm going back in a couple months.
Nice.
I'm really excited. I'm going to do triple on camera, but I was like doing double and the camera guy stopped for whatever reason. I guess was to give everybody a break because it was like a tough scene. And one of the dudes, it was like a 5-guy scene. He comes up, he's like, I just want to see if she can do it. And he like shoves his dick in.
Nice.
It was so hot.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, but I had been doing like a lot of double anal that week, like almost every day. So I was very ready.
Your asshole was like, we can do this. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm one of those people where like if I don't like get fucked in the ass for like a week or two, I don't know, it's like very hard to go that long without it. But I'll just like shove my fist in and it's like fine.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm weird because like there have been times where, especially when I was shooting a lot, I would only shoot anal. And this is back like in the day when I was shooting 20 times a month, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And all my scenes would be fucking anal. And I could go like a week straight of doing anal and then my butthole just magically be tight again. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't fit anything in there. Or I could go like a year without having anal. Well, actually, I don't think I've ever waited that long, but you know what I'm saying? Like a long period where I'm like nervous, like, oh my God, it's been so long since I've had anything back there. And then it just goes right in. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Assholes are mysterious.
Assholes are mysterious. Have you ever gotten anything stuck up there?
Not yet.
I
But
have.
there's always hope.
I have.
Oh, goodness. What was it?
Okay, so it's funny because the irony is it was for Jason's Anal Acrobat series. I don't know if you're familiar with that series. Literally, like if you look at a trailer for any, it doesn't. I think I was in number 6. If you look through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, any of the numbers in that series, it's extreme fucking anal. Like he has a girl in like a pile driver position almost, gaping her asshole while another girl puts a fucking golf ball into her ass, and
That's
it just goes boop.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, it's like that's why it's called anal acrobats, because it's very, very extreme. So
I want to try out for that.
Asa,
Olympic
you
event.
should. All the stuff you're telling me, you
You're
should
like-
fucking shoot for him.
It's like your asshole's the windmill hole.
It is, and it's like all this extreme shit. So Asa, Kira, and I did a scene right for number 6, anal acrobats number 6, where he dressed us like geisha girls, right? Because you know we're Asian, and so we had Benoit balls. You know what those are, right? The fucking little. It's like almost like a golf ball size.
Yeah.
The
ball.
meditation balls?
It's a meditation ball, and when you shake it, you can hear the things that's inside it, right? So he had us for the beginning of the scene do a bunch of stuff with our butts because that's what the series is all about, right? So this had me and her shoving fucking Benoit balls up each other's asses and then pushing it out into each other's mouths and just all kinds of fucking fucked up shit with our booty holes and these goddamn Benoit balls. Well, at some point while we're filming, I stick one in my ass. And I'm like we're both shaking our asses, and you can hear it jiggle inside of our ass because of the thing. And I went to go push it out, nothing. And I'm like, fuck, man. So then I'm like laying down on my back. I'm doing all these weird positions. I'm like, why won't it come out? And I would like stick my hand up there, and I would like feel it, and I'm like, I got it. But then I couldn't fucking like grip it hard, like long enough to fucking pull it out with my fingers. So I'm like having a mini fucking freak out because I'm like, oh my God, we hadn't even started shooting the scene yet. And I'm like, fuck. So I go to the bathroom, I sit on the toilet because I'm like, maybe if I sit on the toilet, it'll just naturally fucking push up. Nothing. So like for like 30 minutes, we're on set trying to figure out how to get this fucking Benoit ball out of my ass. And I'm like, what do we do? Do we go to the hospital? Like, do we go to the ER? Like, how the fuck do I get this out of my ass? Because you hear stories of people like losing things in their asshole.
It reminds me of that scene from Choke.
Oh my God.
You've seen that movie, right?
I've seen it. I have the book. Yeah. It's the same guy. Chuck Palahniuk wrote that book. I don't remember that in the movie. The movie though.
The movie that
I
there's
didn't
a
know
point
there
where
was a movie about it.
Oh yeah.
I read the book.
Yeah,
Sam
Sam
Rockwell.
Rockwell is in it. I fucking love him.
There's a point where like she ripcords anal beads out of his ass, and he goes to count them, and it's short one.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh fuck, dude. So I have to find a picture to show you guys because you'll get an idea here. But so what ends up happening is I end up at some point after trying to do this for 30 fucking minutes, right? The director finally stepped, because the director was trying to be professional, and finally he's like, well, do you mind if I try getting out? I'm like, anything, dude. Like, please just fucking get in there and fish this fucking ball out. So he goes in, sticks his hand in my ass, voila, fucking pulls it out. And we're like, okay, no more Benoit balls in Cruz's asshole. And then we end up fucking shooting the scene. Sans balls. Oh my God. But it was fun. And I'm actually trying to pull up a picture so you can see this. Because every time I Google search it, it's like the first thing that fucking pops up.
Yeah, I'm terrified of putting like anything without a handle in my butt. Like I've put like food and things in my ass, like for scenes, and it gets stuck. But oh my God.
Holy shit.
See, that's how big the ball is. I mean, it's
That's
not that big,
massive.
but that's what we were doing to each other. Just sticking it in and out of each other's fucking butts, and then mine just happened to get fucking stuck.
Hey, it happens.
So trying to Google that scene from from Choke, I got a scene from Workaholics with anal beads.
Oh my God. Oh, here's a better picture because it's actually in her butt.
Very
Those are
nice.
so hot.
That was a hot scene. Oh my God. But anyways, wait, so you didn't find that scene from Choke?
Nope, I got a bunch of other stills from Choke, but the one from Workaholics here is pretty funny.
Oh my God.
Especially because I went to high school with that dude.
Wait, which one?
Anders.
I love him. You went to high school with him?
Yeah.
I remember I bought his comic book and then he like tweeted me because I had posted about it, and I'm like, this is what porn fans must feel like when their favorite porn.
I'll go grab my yearbook off the fucking wall there.
Oh my god! Yeah, too bad he's married. Anyways,
Is he?
he's fucking married.
Anywho. Stuff I have to edit later.
Sorry, I didn't say it out loud.
No, I just reacted to it.
Oh yeah.
So what were we talking about?
We were talking about getting things stuck in my butthole.
Oh, just another Saturday night at the Cruz house.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, see here.
Really?
That's what I said.
Oh, well, now I have to edit that too. Fuck. Especially if I'm going back to my reunion.
God, yeah, don't do that. But do introduce me though.
You want to be my date to the reunion?
I would love to, just so I can be like, hi, Anders. Okay, anyways. All right, moving on.
Bring back to my high school reunion, like, yeah, I brought a porn star. What?
Yeah.
Retired.
Retired, yeah.
Anyways, let's get back on track on stuff I don't have to edit. Well, actually, we probably could segue with fuck.
Things stuck in booty holes. That's what we were just
Yeah, we were
talking
talking about things stuck in booty holes. Charlotte's just like,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, I think I was saying earlier.
Oh, yeah, you were saying the stuff that you have stuck in your butthole.
Yeah, I've never stuck anything without like a handle in my butt. Like I've been on set where the director's like, "Oh, do you want to put like balls in your butt?" I'm like, nope. That's like I'll do a lot of shit, but that's like one thing I'm personally terrified of. So I've heard
Rightfully
too many scary stories. But I was doing one scene, like I think it was like one of my first handfuls of scenes. Very early on in my career where I was like making an omelet in my ass, and I also did one where I was like putting whipped cream in my ass, but that wasn't as terrible. And like the dude, for whatever reason, thought it would be a great idea to have me in doggy with my head like, like facing downwards. So it was just like gravity was totally working against me. He pours like egg beaters in my ass because I'm like, making an omelet.
Oh my God.
As you do. And they were fucking cold. He left them in the fridge. And I'm like, at least let him like warm up to room temperature so it's not terrible, but it's like making my stomach cramp and all these things. And then it's like liquid and like I was like totally clean. Like
Yeah.
all of the colons were clean. Just because I knew that was what I was going to be doing that day, and I wanted to make sure I was like super like pristine. So there was nothing like keeping things from flowing upwards. And so like when I sat up to like get all the fucking eggs into the pan, it was not coming out.
Oh,
and I'm
God.
like punching myself in the stomach trying to like get anything to come out, and like finally like we like modified the position to where like stuff would come out. But oh my God, I was like shitting egg beaters for like days afterwards.
Oh.
Not pleasant.
That can't be good for you.
No.
Though it sounds like it could be the newest Hollywood trend.
Oh, I'm sure. Like I was talking to my boyfriend about this like earlier today. Like coffee enemas became such a thing, and like when I was a teenager, like I was putting like wine in my ass, I was putting coffee up there, just anything I could fit, just because I realized like, well, this is a lot more efficient than just drinking the stuff.
Right.
And it was because I'm like a scumbag and an anal slut. But now,
I'm a
like
scumbag and an
fucking
anal slut.
like gentrification came along, and like rich like white people decided to take things from like the scumbags of the earth and like make it cost a lot more money and do it because it's like trendy. Like, oh, I'm just gonna go get my colonic and my coffee enema. Like, fuck you. I was doing it before Gwyneth Paltrow or whoever.
So when you were drinking wine with your ass, did you like stick the bottle up your ass?
Oh, fuck yeah. Not from the bottom like Proxy Page does. Like, bless her. I'm not at that point yet. But just, the neck of the bottle, and then just like bending over. Like giving yourself a regular enema, but just like...
But like with the bottle. I think the only
Yeah.
the only alcoholic beverage I've ever shoved up my ass was... No, it was beer and champagne.
Mm-hmm.
Beer and champagne.
Yeah. I've done like beer, but it's a little too like fizzy.
Yeah, it is fizzy.
Yeah, but the wine is like so great.
Matt's over here like, alrighty, well, you guys are giving yourselves fucking alcohol.
You invited me over?
Cattle prod again.
I didn't bring it.
I know you. I have it. You gave
Yeah.
it to me.
That's right. I was so drunk that night.
I used it on
Don't remember.
myself.
Isn't it fun?
3 episodes ago?
4
Episodes.
Four.
Yeah, 4 episodes ago.
That's great.
Some episode at some point.
Oh wait, it's the fucking the most recent one that's out right now.
Yes, but this will air weeks after that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I forgot about that. Yes.
So at some point, the cattle prod was used.
Yes. And
And it's also freaked out a couple other guests.
oh
really?
god, yeah. Well, when the night that I used it, he pulls it out. We weren't even like wasted yet. We were like doing shots of tequila, but our guest was like, this is making me very nervous. He's like, I'm drinking. There's alcohol involved. There's weapons. He like called it a weapon. He referred to it as a weapon. He's like, there's weapons in here now. Like, I'm scared.
I'm like, I didn't even go get a gun from my room or anything. That's a weapon.
Yeah. Like, no.
It's not a weapon. It's a toy.
It's a toy, yeah. And that we actually went into a whole conversation about that too, which is funny.
Yeah, I think the ones you can get on like Amazon and stuff, like I don't think they're as strong as like regular cattle prods. I think they're like toned down a little, or maybe that's just my imagination.
I think the ones that are made specifically, like the ones that you get specifically at sex shops and stuff, I thought that the batteries were a lot lower because that way you don't hurt yourself when you're using it sexually or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Because I've gone on Amazon to look, and I'm like, I don't know if that's like a high voltage or like how do you know? How does one know? That's the question that needs to be answered.
I need to
I
ask
don't
my
know.
mom what happened to her violet wands.
I like the
those
violet
are so
wand.
She had a couple of them.
Dude, if you had that, I'd be like, let me buy them off of you, Matt.
Mom, your baby boy needs some extra money.
Oh, man.
Yeah, those are great. One gripe I have about the violet ones though is like only like the skinny attachment where it's just one contact point of electricity is like severe, and all the other ones where it's like the multiple fingers
Yeah.
of violetness. They just feel like you're being tickled. It's not really like torture.
Yeah. Wait, which one do you like better?
I like the one where it's just like the
single, yeah.
single one. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can actually, like, if you put it on full power and you take the one with the single and you like run it like somewhere on your skin,
you can write
you can actually see the what do you even call that? The fucking
The arc.
like the light just like stabbing you. You're like, oh shit, it's like really fucking cool.
It's really pretty, and on camera it looks amazing.
I remembered the last time I ever shot for Kink as a bottom for electro sluts, because I used to only shoot as a top for them, and then I was like, okay, fine, I'll fucking bottom whatever. Did electro sluts, and I used the violet wand on myself while I was getting fucked in the ass. I was like, let me just fucking do this to myself real quick. It was fun.
I did that I've only shot once for electro sluts, but like Lorelei Lee was like, keep like shocking yourself. So I was doing it, and I was doing like little circles on my leg. And then the next day, because I was doing it so much, I noticed I had like little circle marks, and I was like, do I have fucking ringworm? Oh no, it's
Oh my God.
like I just burned myself with electricity.
Once again, I am so fucking vanilla.
What was that one thing that you said that was really hilarious? You're like, yeah, I like just put some sprinkles on my vanilla.
Yeah, but I'm vanilla. Occasionally, there's some sprinkles on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, been known to choke a girl. I'll fuck you on your period.
There you go.
Other than that, I'm a pretty basic bitch.
Nothing wrong with that. You know,
Yeah.
whatever floats your boat, man.
To each their own. I mean, outside of porn, I didn't really, except for like doing anal stuff like with myself and like fisting my butt and stuff, I'd never really had an opportunity to explore all these like crazy, not really crazy, but just different fetishes, because like I never had a safe environment to do so in. So that's like, I can totally understand not getting paid to do this shit on camera.
Just had no desire.
Well, I mean, I like never had a desire to do a lot of this stuff either until like I tried it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is actually a lot of fun.
So when you got into porn, had you never done a lot of the extreme stuff that you have done on camera?
I mean, like before like ever had my first kiss or anything, I was like putting a lot of things in my butt. So I always
Okay.
knew like I wanted to do butt stuff, and I had fantasies about like getting peed on and like you know, gangbangs and like DPs and things like that, and like I would DP myself with toys, but just I never had like an outlet for any of that, and I had never like tried like bondage because I didn't know anybody who could do it safely.
Right.
But yeah, I had been watching porn since I was like pretty young, so
Same.
I think that's where I got a lot of my like, you know, mentality from, but I just didn't have like a way to get that out of me. And that's like one thing I said when I like was like applying for Kink. I was like, oh, I've always wanted to try this stuff, but I don't have like a place to do it at. And they're like, perfect. But yeah,
it's very interesting because you were saying how like you were mostly into women, and then not,
yeah,
you know.
like I would bang dudes like occasionally, but I like, they were like very few and far between times that I liked it, and I just like had never been interested in dudes romantically, so I just thought, well, maybe I'm just a queer mom.
Yeah.
And I'm still pretty fucking queer.
Yeah, for sure. I'm the same way. Like I've been watching porn since I was, we can't say how old.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when I started watching, because what happened was I had a little TV in my room where you, like old school TV, where you turn the knobs and then like, it's like, shh, you know, and like very fucking vintage fucking TV. And I remembered every time I would turn it like on, because there's only like 10 dials, you know what I mean? On the last dial, it would be like the pay-per-view movies and stuff. And every single time at 10 p.m. right on the dot, it didn't matter what movie it was playing that had just been in theaters or whatever, it would switch to fucking porn. And I would fucking that's how I discovered porn. I was like, what is this? And then as I got older and, you know, internet came and I had my own computer. I got my first computer when I was 8. But anyways, and all the way up until college, I used to watch a shit ton of porn, and the only porn that I would watch was like lesbian stuff. I couldn't watch boy-girl stuff. I only got off, and I would fantasize about like fucking girls in school and shit like that. Kissed my first girl when I was in high school.
Yeah, my first kiss was like with a girl too.
Yeah. And fucked my first girl when I was in college. And then when I dated my ex-girlfriend, my first serious girlfriend, like we would share other girls and men with each other, but we would only use guys for sex. Like we would literally invite a dude over, fuck the shit out of him, and then like, you need to leave. It's like our cuddle time. Get the fuck out of here. And then, you know, and we lived together. Were you going to say something, Matt?
No, I just had a question for Charlotte when.
Oh. And then when I guess what's different is that like when I got into porn, I had done all this shit in college before I got into porn. Like I had done my first gangbang anal DP when I was a freshman in college.
That's so
all
hot.
this crazy shit. And then I got into porn and I was like, yeah, I do everything. Now, no one was there to hold my hand and be like, you should probably start with this and then work your way up. So I kind of just jumped in ass first.
Oh,
But,
me too.
yeah. What's your question, Matt?
Why am I on the spot now?
Because you said you were going to ask a question.
But now I feel like I'm on the spot. No, seriously. Charlotte, what was your first exposure to porn?
I had a friend from school, and I'm not going to say what type of school we were in, because that would reveal how old I was.
Well, it's okay to say how old you were.
Oh, I was 11, and I was 11 or 10, actually. I think might have been 10, because I was in 6th grade. But my friend, her, like, mom was working, and she's like, oh, you know, can I just walk home with you, and we'll hang out at your house until my mom picks me up. So, like, we were on the computer, and we had like dial-up, so her mom like couldn't call my house to like figure out when to pick her up. So it was like we ended up getting off the internet, and then like she called us and then was like really pissed. She's like, where were you guys? What were you guys doing? We couldn't say we were watching porn. But yeah, she was like showing me all this like cool porno stuff, and like we weren't going to any porn sites. She was just like, do you want to see something cool? And she went to like Google Images, and she's like, you can type anything you want. It's like, oh my god, really? It's like I had a computer, but I would only go to like allaboutfrogs.org, which is a great website. It's very informative. It teaches you all about frogs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like literally. It's like very like 90s, like Web 2.0 is great. But yeah, so I'm just like boobs. And that like open the floodgates, and then I'm just like porn, and then like lesbian, and like all that stuff. And I remember like getting in a lot of trouble because like my mom's boyfriend had like looked at the internet history. Because at that point I was like, I need to corrupt more people because I've been corrupted, and it's like a disease. I need to pass it on
for sure.
Somebody else.
Oh my
my
God.
next door neighbor was like in the grade above us, and we went to school together. So like we were showing him like stuff, and he was like really into like Naruto, and like we were like looking at hentai and all this like weird stuff.
Yeah.
And then I like from there I got into like really weird shit, and I'm just like, ooh, tentacles. I like where this is
Yes.
going. And then I was like the only kid at school who had a printer, so I would like print
stuff for people.
Yeah,
Oh,
print out
shit.
My
shit
God.
for, my like neighbor, and like he'd keep in his room. And then like I'd print out stuff for kids at school, and I'd like charge them like 50 cents or something for like a page.
That's
It's, like,
amazing.
but yeah, like my mom's boyfriend like found the internet history, and then he just like screenshotted it or whatever and printed it out and like gave it to like the neighbor's like stepdad, and was like, this is what our kids have been up to. And he's just like, I don't care. He was like a drunk who like beat his dog, so he was just like a degenerate and didn't care anyway.
Wow, that's some white trash right there.
The only time I ever
The dude, not you.
yeah, to be clear, to clarify, the only time I ever got caught with anything was so before webcamming was ever even a thing, right? Like this is back in the day of like Yahoo Chat. Like people would go on webcam on Yahoo Chat, and you could see like a little ticker at the bottom, how many people were viewing your webcam and stuff, and it was all public.
And it was moving like all jerky.
Yeah, because it was dial up, you know, because that was the kind of internet we had back then.
Oh yeah.
And I met this dude online who was like older than me, and I was like 15, 16 or whatever. And he wanted to webcam with me, so he ended up getting me a webcam and sending it to me, and I ended up setting it up and stuff, and I would chat with him on AOL Instant Messenger, and then I became addicted to, I was like such an exhibitionist, I became addicted to like just going on webcam and just like putting on a show, and I wasn't getting paid for this, like it's like, what the fuck, like now that I'm, you know, after all these years, I'm like, wow, and I get paid to do this is fucking weird. But anyways, I just got off on like people watching me and stuff, like the higher the number, you know, like the higher number of viewers on my little box, little tiny little box, like the more excited I got, like, oh, these people are fucking watching me right now, you know what I mean? So I took some very, very, oh God. I took some very, I was going to use the word interesting photos of myself with certain objects in the house. And I was like sending it to people. Now, my parents gave me my own computer. I had my own fucking computer. So my parents had their own computer. So I never really felt compelled to have to like, you know, like close things on my computer or hide them. Remember floppy disks? Remember when that was a thing? Hide them on a floppy disk or anything like that. Like it was my fucking computer. Well, I left all my chat windows open, and my dad, I guess, was home one day, and I guess something was going weird with his computer, so he was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go use her computer. So he goes into my room. It's already fucking still turned on. It's just like in sleep mode or whatever. Powers it on. Boom. The first thing he sees, he claims he didn't see anything else other than the chat windows of me just remember cybersexing? Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All these chat windows of me cybersexing all these fucking randos on the internet. And then he like didn't know what to do, so he told my mom. So then my mom went to go investigate, and she starts tinkering around on my computer, and she finds a folder of photos of me doing some unspeakable things. And here's the funny part. This is I don't think it's fucked up. I think this is hilarious. So this was obviously when I was a teenager, before I got into porn. Fast forward to me being in porn. There's a guy that I used to chat with on AOL Instant Messenger. My name, obviously, Annie's obviously not my real name. He hits me up like on Facebook or some shit. He's like, I don't know if you remember me, but we used to chat. And he even says my username, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, he's like, yeah, I've seen your like the career that you got into, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I still have those fucking pictures. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Send them to me right fucking now, because I don't fucking know what happened to those pictures, you know what I mean? So sure enough, he emails me, and I'm like, oh my God, I literally have pictures of me when I was 16 doing some fucking shit. The photos that got me in trouble with my mom. And she took my webcam for me. She took my webcam, and then I ended up getting a new one, just kept hiding it. I had a little hidden spot in my fucking bookshelf where I would like put it in this jar and hide it, so she didn't know that I had it, because I still wanted to fucking webcam with all those randos, because it was like my thing when I was young.
That's awesome.
Committing crimes, Cruz. Committing crimes.
I know. I don't even know if I should even be talking about this on our podcast, because that's
Fuck
technically...
it. If you're talking about it, I'm going to talk about it. I had a similar experience. I would go on like forums and like make friends and stuff, and like I took like my first nude when I was like maybe 16 or 17,
Yeah, that was
and
like
send
me.
them to dudes. And then I would like Skype with them, and I like didn't exactly do it for money. Like I would send nudes for like PayPal money to older dudes. And then I'd like hold it against them, like you're older than me. If you ever tell anybody, like I'm going to the police.
Oh my god!
Then, but
That's
like
fucking horrible.
But like for like webcam and stuff, that I would just make the dudes like buy me like expensive things. Like, well, if you buy me this like 18-inch double dong, I'll put all 18 inches in my ass. If you know, if you just buy it for me, and I'll like show you and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was doing that and like Skyping, and then I guess like one dude took like a screenshot, and like when I was like on cam, I would just do like from the lips down.
Oh yeah.
And so some dude like took a screenshot. It's just like lips and tits, and my hair was like in pigtails back then. It was like very juvenile. But I was like on 4chan one day, because like I used to go on that site, and then it was like in like teen porn thread. I didn't realize it was like a literal teen porn.
Oh my
God.
God.
I see somebody had posted a fucking screenshot of like,
oh my god! You're like, that's me.
yeah, I was like, and then like I refreshed the page, and it's like, this thread has been deleted. I'm like, fuck. And then like on Facebook, like one of my friends on there like sends the same picture to me, and he's like, hey, I recognized your lips.
Wow.
So I have like
my
a very
God.
like distinct mouth, I guess. I don't know.
That's funny.
I
You
thought
got
that was
a pretty
fucking hilarious.
mouth.
And
Oh,
it had
God.
been like, this was like, it's been a few years later. So I was like, holy shit. And then like, just like maybe like a few weeks ago, some dude on like Instagram like DM'd me a picture. He's like, I don't know if you like remember this, but we used to talk, and like here's a picture of your underage vagina.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's because that's what the guy said. I was like, I hope, because like I haven't seen mine floating around anywhere, and thank God not, because then I'd be like,
Yeah.
that would be underage cruise. But it was so funny that he like had them all. when
Yeah,
he
it's like,
sent them
why
to
would
me.
you keep that shit?
I was
I
like,
never kept any of
dude.
the nudes people sent to me because I didn't fucking care that much.
Yeah.
Like, it's like creepy. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you get a new phone or computer whenever you
Yeah,
just
because
lose
that's just
everything.
old. Think about it. I'm
like he kept that shit on a hard drive or a USB thing
or a USB
something.
or a floppy disk in my case.
Yeah.
Well, it makes even less sense to me to keep a picture of one of you two where it's wide out in the open. It'd be one thing if it was like some random civilian girl and you'll never get to see it again.
It's true.
Yeah. Well,
true.
I mean, at the time they thought we were like random civilians.
Well, we were.
Yeah, but,
we were
but now,
Yeah.
if he's contacting you now,
It's
Yeah.
crazy because he did go out of his way to contact me. He's like, I don't know if you remember me, and obviously I'm not going to fucking remember him. But the fact that he dropped my username, my AOL Instant Messenger name from back then, I was like, oh shit, you definitely know who I am then. Like, we definitely chatted, because that was the proof in itself. And then when we started talking about pictures and stuff, I was like, dude, can you email them to me? Do you still have them? Because I was like curious if he really did. And sure enough, he sends them to me, and I'm like, oh my God.
that's a crime. I hope you deleted them.
I think they're still. I never saved
Yes,
them.
you deleted them.
No. I never. Yes,
Yes.
I did delete them. Yes, you're right. I did delete them.
Thank you, FBI.
I also deleted mine.
Yeah, we deleted it all because we're good people.
Yeah. I don't have, weird legal porn on my computer. Like, definitely.
Neither do
Definitely
I.
not.
I don't have any porn on my computer. No, I really don't. I watch on my iPad.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
That checks out.
I don't download it, I just stream it. I live in the fucking future. I don't have to download porn.
It's true.
That is true. You must have very good internet. I do too, but like if I'm on my phone or something, I don't want to like eat up all my data, so I just keep things like in my Dropbox.
Yeah, Dropbox.
And
Yeah.
then boop, boop, boop.
Well, yeah, that too, and like now with like iCloud and stuff, if I have a video, because I have like a bunch of fucking awesome videos that I have on my phone, but then when I try to play them when I'm somewhere and I'm like, fuck, I have to be connected to Wi-Fi because it's not loading. I want it to load. So it's just easier to have it like available.
And like already buffered. The worst is when you're like jerking off and it's like got a buffer.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like I was just about to come. you asshole.
Yeah, I hate that. I
And then
don't
like you
that.
come by accident and it's like still buffering. You're like, that was a lame thing to come to.
Yeah, dude, it really is. You're like, oh fuck, I can't.
Like,
I'm gonna come right fucking now.
I'll like go through a video and like watch to find like what I think is the hottest part. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come at that part.
I generally look for the reverse cowgirl scene.
Reverse cowgirl is a good position to watch.
Yes.
In porn, reverse cowgirl is not fun. In your personal life, it can be very easy, but most positions like for porn have to be modified to
Well,
be
yeah,
camera
because they open
friendly.
up and
They're It's the worst.
That's why I always tell people, I'm like, porn sex and home sex are way different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be really weirded out if I was banging a girl, reverse cowgirl, and she's just like fucking spread eagle on my fucking, like, you don't have to, what are you doing? That can't be fun for you.
Yeah.
It's not.
Or guys that feel like they have to like throw you in every
Turn to the
position
side.
possible, like
Oh, I hate
in the
that.
bedroom, because they feel like they have to live up to whatever they see on camera. So they're like, I'm gonna fucking do this to you, and we're gonna do this, and then
It's like,
and I'm like,
how about you don't?
just fucking stick it in me and fuck me.
Oh my God. I would like probably die if like every dude I fucked off camera was like tilting his hips to the side.
Oh
and
god,
like,
with a hand behind their back.
oh god, especially like anal, because it's like you're literally getting like the like small intestine like poked in the side.
Yeah, you gotta
over
just
and over.
do it fucking straight on.
It
Man.
doesn't always feel great.
No.
I wouldn't know. Never been penetrated.
For the
Yes.
record, for those listening,
Yes.
Matt has not
Keep
been
an
penetrated.
open mind.
Don't
No.
knock it till you try it. Oh.
Yeah. Though I will change positions semi-frequently when I have sex just to stop myself from coming.
Right. That's smart.
It's like, oh,
That's a good segue for guys where they're like, shit, I'm gonna fucking come. I better like, whoop, switch positions. All right, let's go. You get on top now. All right.
totally backfired on me in Cuba. Like, she started off on top and like, oh, that is happening really quick. Okay, we'll go doggy. You know, I can control emotion. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, nope, I'm popping.
It happens. I'm like flattered when a dude like comes like really quick. I'm just like, damn, I did that.
Yeah.
Or I helped accomplish that.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, 100%. It's always, oh my God, you're so hot.
Oh yeah. I can't help it. You're just so
Yeah, like
hot.
sometimes dudes are like, I'm sorry. It's like, don't be sorry. Just like, you know, take 5 and we'll go again.
Exactly.
Unless they're like, I can't go again.
Dude, it's what's amazing is the dudes who can like come and then like keep fucking.
Oh yeah, I like that. In which case, if they can't get hard again, okay, fine. Let's just fucking chill out. Let's Netflix and chill, I guess.
Yeah, we can keep watching the movie that we fucked during the opening credits of. Generally, when a girl comes over to watch a movie, we fuck.
First.
Yeah, it's like, start the movie, opening credits, start going at it like fucking animals.
Dude,
Yeah.
can't
And then you're
relate.
like, shit, the movies. I did that once where all of a sudden I was like, how are we already like 40 minutes into the movie, dude? Like,
do you
how are we
guys,
going
have
so
like
long?
a specific like movie that like you always put on because you know you're not going to finish it when you like Netflix and chill with people?
No, I don't have a specific
No.
one. Like, I generally try to gauge what she legitimately wants to watch. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, it's like, oh, yeah, we'll watch that.
Yeah.
That's too much effort
Me-
for me because I hate like the whole like awkwardness of, so what do you want to watch? I don't know. Let's go through the categories. We've seen that. I'm like, we're going to watch Hellraiser because I've seen it a million times and it always gets girls to take their pants off.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Me usually when I would have people over, I would seduce them with video games because every guy is like, oh yeah, let's totally fucking play video, and then I would like kind of up the stakes. Okay, so like if I win, if I beat your ass, you're gonna have to, you know, you can't touch me. You know what I mean? Or something.
So how many times did you throw games?
Oh shit. No, it works every time. I actually had one guy who, okay, so I met this dude off of Tinder, and he, I can't remember the basis of our conversation, but we started talking about video games, and then he was like, oh, I said something to him along the lines of like, why don't you come over so I can whoop your ass at fucking Mortal Kombat? Because we were talking about Mortal Kombat. And so then when I spit that at him, he was like, well, the only way we're going to do that is if you put on a fucking katana costume. And I'm like, don't test me, motherfucker. So I put on my katana costume that I do happen to have. And when he came over and I answered the door, he was like, holy shit, I didn't think you had a fucking katana, because he didn't know that I fucking cosplay and all sort of shit. So when because he just made a joke. He was like, I'll come over and play if you put a fucking katana costume on. I was like, okay, let's do this. And then he came over. Challenge accepted, really. And then he came over and I was fucking dressed up. And let's just say this, we didn't really get to the video game at that point.
See, with me in the movie, I legitimately want to ask you what you want to watch. Look at my fucking collection.
Yeah, you have a pretty impressive collection of movies and movie posters.
It's one of those things of, I legitimately want to know what kind of movie you're into, because I totally will judge you on
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
I love that you have a big poster of Reservoir Dogs because I've jerked off to that movie so many times.
You know they made a Reservoir Dogs porno, right?
No.
Where the cast is female.
Oh, that's hot.
So instead of Mr. Pink, there's Ms. Pink, and then,
So
Ms. Brown.
who do you masturbate to in Reservoir
I
Dogs?
masturbate to the specific scene where Tim Roth is like shot in the stomach and like
How did
bleeding
I know
out in
you were
the
going to
back.
say that?
I was honestly thinking Mr. Blonde taking the ear.
I had a funny thing she was going to say that. Go on. So when Tim Roth, he gets
And
shot.
he's like shot and he's like bleeding out in the back of the car and he's like, I'm fucking dying. Like, God, why is this so hot? Continue to die, please.
I'm fucking dying, Larry. I'm fucking dying
It
here.
only makes me hornier.
Oh, man. Everyone's going to hear this and they're going to be like, wow, you girls are fucked up.
These aren't.
I love it. No, I love it.
It's true, though.
I was like on like a date recently and the dude was like, we were like mentioning like weird things we've jerked off to, like specific episodes of the X-Files that really do it for
Forensic
me.
Files for me.
Oh yeah. And he's like, so you can just like jerk off to like non-pornographic things? I can't do that. And I'm like, well, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
First 48 for me.
Really?
No, fucking kidding.
Okay. I was like, really?
You do
Yes, the first 48.
Yeah.
That murder porn. Anywho. Speaking of movies, so you saw Alien Covenant.
Yes. Oh my God. It was amazing. I'm like a huge Alien fan, as you know. I named my cats Ripley and Jonesy.
Oh my God. That's so adorable. I love that.
It's great. They're both boys, but I think it works because
No, that totally
Ripley's like a
works.
unisex name.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Ellen, not so much.
But yeah, I just saw it on opening day when it came out. It was really amazing. I went with a bunch of friends after we all had an orgy together for Lance's birthday. It was a
Oh, yeah. You guys went and saw it after his. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it was just a fun-filled day. One point I like started jerking off because there was like some really. I was like put my purse on my lap and I was like, I'm just gonna touch myself for a little bit because there was some really like hot parts that were like objectively hot, and then there were parts that like nobody else would find hot except me.
Right.
That I was
Okay.
also jerking off to. But yeah, it was a great movie. I liked it a lot more than Prometheus.
Yeah, that's what everybody keeps saying.
That's really easy to do.
Yeah.
I really want to watch that.
Yeah, like I can understand why people would like Prometheus because it's like really pretty.
Yeah. Visually.
But there's so many like things that were cut out and like writing
Yeah, so
weirdness.
much shit rewritten. It just ends up being a mess on screen. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of bummed you already saw it because you've been kind of my movie buddy lately.
I'm so down to see it again.
Cool.
We should go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I won't
sure, yeah.
spoil it.
My dude also fucking saw it without me. He saw a special. I think I already mentioned that. And he said he would see it again, so he actually liked it a lot too. And he's not really a fan of like stuff like that. So
Yeah, Charlotte and I went and saw Guardians.
It was great.
I
loved
did.
it.
I have to see that still, and I can't wait to fucking see it. I'm gonna see
It's
it.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd never really been into the Guardians of the Galaxy like movie. I saw it like once on a plane because I was like, it was a long flight. I had to watch something, and I was like, oh, everybody's talking about this one. I'll watch it, and liked it. But I really liked this one. It was very cute.
Yeah, everybody kept. I mean, who was the fucking director? What's his name?
James Gunn.
James Gunn. Yeah.
Yeah, he was great, and there was a lot of Baby Groot, which I enjoyed.
Baby.
I was so enthralled I couldn't pay attention if Charlotte was masturbating or not.
Not to that one. It's like a kids movie. Well, not like really a kids movie, but it's like for everybody. It's for the children.
It's a
It's like
superhero
like
movie.
Wu-Tang. It's for the kids.
It's for the.
Well, I'm sure you masturbate to Wu-Tang. Don't lie. ODB does it for you. I know.
I love ODB. Have you heard this story about? I guess it's like a pretty well-known one, but like he like got like an STD or something. And his dick was like burning, so he like wrapped it in gauze and then like put a condom on it and then like fucked a girl like that. That's like very dirty.
Lived up to his name till he died.
Yeah.
He fucking wrapped his dick in gauze and then wrapped it with a condom and then fucked a girl like that. Oh my god.
I feel like that's just a recipe for tearing the condom.
Yeah, probably.
But I mean, what happened to his dick that he had to put gauze on it?
I know he got fucked up or something.
You got that Mr. Marcus level syphilis.
I was just gonna say. I didn't want to say it. I was thinking it though. Oh god.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you weren't in the industry yet when that happened.
No.
The picture circulating of his cock from that scene.
Oh my God, really?
First of all,
why would you let him
it's
shoot?
not okay. Everyone was giving the female talent shit, which okay, why would you fucking agree to do a scene when it looks like that? But why didn't the director fucking say something? You know what I mean? Like, why didn't the director step in and be like, "Yo, bro"?
Yeah, I've been on so many sets where like people have been sent home for like the littlest things, like, oh, that looks like it may be a cold sore, even though it's probably not. Let's just play it safe.
Yeah.
But fucking when it's like a full blown syphilis.
Yeah, when that situation happened, there was a lot of horrific. I'm using the word like not lightly. They were horrific in my opinion.
Oh yeah. Oh
When
yeah.
I saw the pictures, I was so appalled that they let that shoot happen. Like everybody involved, not just the female, because everyone was giving the female talent. I'm like everybody, not just the female talent, the director, the producers. Like why? Why?
The female talent eventually called her agent. That's how it came to light.
Oh, that I did not know. I was unaware of that.
I think she still did the scene, but she called her agent.
Wait, hold on. Did she? Let me
when-
confirm here. Did she call her agent before the scene?
I'm not entirely sure.
Because I feel like if it was before, it couldn't be before the scene unless she saw his dick before the scene. Like it would have to be like one of those things where like, hold on a second, guys, I need to break for a minute, and then sneak away. Hey.
Yeah, but her agent definitely got involved and was on set.
Oh.
And she was an LA direct girl, so.
Oh, say no more. Say no more. All right. Because I was going to say, who the fuck was this chick's agent that he showed up to set and then it's still...
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty then. Okay. All right. Let's talk about... Wow, this episode is full of a lot of nasty shit. Talking about dick draining and now fucking syphilis.
Horrible syphilis sores. Oh. I think I was at Exotica when those were being passed around a party.
Aw, dude,
Or
when I
maybe
heard-
AVN.
When I heard
they
about
on
it
Google?
and
I'll
I
have to
saw it,
look
I mean,
them up.
I feel like I tried Googling it because I wanted to show someone, like, dude, this is fucking awful. And it just fucking, it didn't, I couldn't fucking find it. So I don't know if they somehow took the scene down because I feel like you would still be able to see pictures if the scene is still up, right? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
That never made it out. Like, the pictures that were circulating were someone's private pictures from set.
Oh wow.
Wait, what? What happened?
The pictures that were circulating on Marcus's dick were private pictures taken from set. They were not stills from the scene.
Oh. Because the ones I saw were like when the scene like went public for whatever company it was that shot it. It was like all pro shots. Because it was like, you know, the bright lights and you can see everything. That's why I was like, how did they fucking...
Well, I'm sure if it went out like that, somebody must have like saved it and posted it on their like blog.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit.
Are they out?
I didn't realize Marcus was sentenced to jail for that.
Well, because isn't that like a form of some kind of like, what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for here? You know what I'm talking about? You know, like
endangerment?
like yeah, some kind of like health
Criminal negligence or
something like that. Yeah. Because I remember, you know, I watched a lot of Forensic Files, and I remembered some chick, her ex-boyfriend was like a doctor, and he like injected her with what she thought was a B12 shot, but it was actually someone who was HIV positive. He injected it into her because he didn't want to like break up with her. So he wanted to break up with her, but I think she got pregnant is what it was. Mm-hmm. And he got sentenced to prison for, and I forgot what it was called. It was like some kind of,
Well, maybe like reckless.
or some kind of endangerment of like health, something. I don't know. I can't remember. But he didn't do time, right?
He did 30 days, according to the article, because he did admit to altering his records.
Yeah, because that should be like a fucking some kind of charge right there in itself, right?
Yeah. It's kind of really fucked up because the next year at ABN, I saw him at Circle Bar. I was like, hey, what's going on, man? I'm like, hey, Marcus, fuck.
Yeah.
In front of the whole industry saying, hey, just what I want to do right now.
Because I remembered a lot of people who were siding with him. People were catching shit for it. Like how can you fucking stand by him for doing something like that? And so like anybody that was like caught being friendly with him, it was like a thing. So every time I heard he was around, I'm just gonna avoid him. I'm gonna go this way.
Yeah, because I worked with him on the road on a number of occasions.
Yeah.
So it's like I was friendly with him up until that point. I was just like, hey man, good seeing you. Ran to the other side of the Circle Bar like nobody saw that shit, right?
You're like, I'm walking away right now.
I feel like we've gotten a little too inside baseball on this one.
Oh my god, yeah, things just got dark really quick. All right, let's talk about happy stuff.
This is the second time we've had to segue from darkness.
How do we go from aliens to syphilitic penises?
Well, how did we talk about
did we?
How did we? We were just talking about aliens, and then all of a sudden, remember that one time? Like, what the fuck? I don't even know.
I won't know until I edit this.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, oh, that's what happened.
That's how we segued from, talking about Netflix and chill to...
Yeah, like we went from...
Oh, we went from ODB wrapping his dick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Old dirty bastard, live and uncut.
That's what it was, because I was like, wonder what he had that he had to wrap it in gauze.
Yeah, and that just reminded me of the horrible... Anywho.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we were talking about movies. Alien Covenant was really good, and they were very... I'm not going to spoil it, but there was some homoeroticness.
I know. Now I'm like, now I really want to see it.
Does Danny McBride get down with the get down?
No, but that would be awesome to see. You know, like, Nikki and Lee have, like, the biggest crush on him.
Really?
Yeah, I don't get it. I think he's, like, awesome, but he's just, like, not my type personally. Because he's, not an alien, I guess. He doesn't, bleed acid.
Is that what you look for in a man?
Yeah, like if your cum like burns my skin off. I have like one of those Bad Dragon, like, because they made like an alien dildo. It's called like the Ridley, but it's like totally like H.R. Geiger-esque, and it's like I have one with a cum tube, and I keep it in my shower just for ease of use and like cleanup.
I want that in my life.
And then people will come over like, do you have a fucking alien dick in your shower? I'm like, yes, of course. You knew whose house you were coming over to.
That's so funny.
Is that the one of the egg-laying ones?
No, but I have one of those in my kitchen cabinet. So people like open the cabinet looking for like cereal. They go, oh, there's a fucking egg-laying dick in Charlotte's fucking cabinet.
So how do those egg-laying dicks like actually lay the egg? Do you have to squeeze the egg out, or?
Yeah, so you get like gelatin from the store or whatever, and then you like make the gelatin in the little egg molds that it comes with, and you just put it in. You like splooch, for lack of a better word, it into either of your orifices. But it's like the one I have is really long, so you just kind of like work it up like I guess squeezing like a tube of toothpaste out, but I'm squeezing an egg inside of me.
And all right, she said.
Yeah.
Yes.
People pay big money for that shit on cam.
That's true. There's a lot of there's a fetish for everything.
Dude,
man.
I haven't cammed in like so long, but I feel like I've been like lucky enough to be shooting regularly to where I don't need to like rely on camming for income, which is good because if you haven't noticed, I'm pretty awkward around people.
No.
But I feel like I'm just gonna go straight for the weird shit. I'm like, okay, you guys remember I just used to like fuck my butt. Well, now we're gonna put eggs inside of it, and there's gonna be alien cum, and I'm gonna be pretending that it's like battery acid, and it's gonna be great. And you're either with me or you can like click out of this right now and save yourself.
I wonder if you could put like little face hugger toys inside the egg.
Oh, that would be so hot. I totally would.
You're onto something. Both
Yeah.
of you.
Once again, I'm giving away good ideas on the air. This is Matt just giving away gold. Take it, run with the ideas.
I'll totally have to make a video for my website like that.
You should.
Hot.
Yeah,
I feel like
everything.
people like now after that movie's come out and it was like pretty like
You could make it
sexy,
a theme.
people would be like, people are going to be searching for that.
You
So
should
need to
totally
hop
do
on
it.
it.
You need to like hop on that and do that already.
Well, Alien's always been kind of homoerotic. It's
Yeah, but now they like really pushed it with this one, I think.
yeah, with the face rape and it impregnating you and
It's so hot. Just face rape. Impregnation. I really don't like the idea of personally getting pregnant, but if it's like a weird alien spawn that like bursts out of my chest and doesn't rip like my vagina on the way out, I think that's awesome. Like I'd rather my chest like ribs be like broken apart and like bleed out than like squeeze something out of my pussy. Like if I could give birth through like my butthole, that'd be another thing. I might consider that.
Hey,
Yeah,
Charlotte,
right,
they
I
have
agree
something
with
called
that
the
one.
C-section.
Yeah, but then you have to
get a
slice open your
scar.
stomach and there's a
It's
scar.
like a long recovery
Fuck all that
time.
noise.
Like let me just shit it out.
I would rather shit it out too, not gonna lie.
I'd rather just not have one.
That too. I really don't want one. But if I had to, I'd rather shit it out.
What, when they
Yeah.
tie you down and force you to breed?
I'd be like, just kill me. I'd rather die. I would rather die than carry your spawn.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to force you to. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. I've always been anti-fucking children. But anyway.
Me too. Super anti-natalist. Like, I'd rather just have cats.
That's why when guys, when I was single and like dudes would be like, you know, like, oh, the biggest thing I'm afraid of is like, I'm afraid of fucking getting a girl pregnant. I'm like, dude, I haven't had a period in like 7 years. I have the IUD. Can't get pregnant. I
have
promise
the
you.
fucking arm implant, and like I haven't menstruated. Like, I had it for like a couple years. I haven't menstruated at all. I feel like such like a higher evolved human. Like, this is one
Same.
less thing I have to deal with.
7 years for me, man.
That's
7
amazing.
fucking years. I have
like,
not had a period.
I never even think about it. And then like girls be like, oh, like, you know, I'll be working with them on set, and they're like, oh, just so you know, I'm on my period. I have a sponge.
I have a
like,
sponge in there.
I can't remember what that's like.
I don't remember what it's like either. Like people, or like my girlfriend, like my best friend, she'll be in town visiting. Do you have a tampon? Oh wait, no, I forgot. You don't have periods. I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
I do not
So
carry
I
those
don't have
around.
to buy them.
Oh, shit. That's not what I want to play. I was looking up an article in an autoplated video. So millennial birth rates for women 20 to 29 is down 15%.
That's amazing.
Wow.
I'm so proud of our generation.
I feel, yeah, because for a while I was thinking, damn, everybody just wants babies. Like, what the fuck? Like, everybody's just trying to fucking breed. But yeah, that's awesome.
Well, it's because we're in a generation that is making statistically less income with a more expensive housing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Affording children is just crazy.
Yeah. And who would want to bring a child into this world anyway?
Yeah, if I would have kept mine, it would have been 7.
That's so dark. I love it.
Yeah. 7 years. I would have a fucking 7-year-old. Oh God, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I
Hey.
can't imagine myself like being a mom. Like, every time my cat fucking chews up a phone charger, I'm like yelling at him, like, you fucking disappointment, you're ruining my life. Like, imagine me with a kid. I'd be so abusive. I'd be terrible. I'd have
like-
CPS called on me like every day.
See, I don't know. I feel like I would be a good parent, but I don't want. God, I feel like I shouldn't have mentioned my abortion on the air.
It's okay. But Annie, if you had that kid, it would have been old enough by now that it could have made us cocktails during the show.
You know what? True. I mean, it would have
Put him
been
to work.
7. So, because I got knocked up in 2010, December 2010.
So right before AVN.
Yeah, right before AVN, I got knocked up, and I didn't know. Here's the weird part. Okay, this is going to be interesting right now. What I'm about to explain. So I didn't have any morning sickness or anything like that. Like, my tits were huge. I was like, wow, okay. And my nipples like became super, super dark because, when a woman gets pregnant, her nipples become darker than normal, and then it stays that way. Because like, if you look at pictures of me from when I first started in the business when I was 18, my nipples are very light shade. And then 2010, I get pregnant. My nipples are just fucking dark, and they stayed dark. They didn't fucking go back to its unusual normal color. Anyways, I didn't have any morning sickness. My tits were huge. I mean, I broke out a little bit, but I had no fucking idea that I was fucking pregnant. And then one day, I'm like home alone. My ex at the time, he was in a band, so he was like on tour, like not home. I'm like here in LA by myself, and I'm watching TV. And and I'm not a very emotional person at all by any means. Like, I'm very, like, a lot of people are like, God, do you have any fucking emotions? You know what I mean? I'm watching TV and a commercial, some random commercial, not even like, I don't know, like a soda commercial, just for the sake of the fucking story here. Like some random fucking commercial that should not make you feel emotional whatsoever. I just started crying out of nowhere. And so I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? So then like I call my boyfriend at the time, and I'm like, he's like, how's it going? Because, he was gone for like a week. So I was like, by myself. And he was like, what's the matter with you? And I'm like, I don't know. I just like, and then I started crying on the phone. I was like, I was just watching TV, and then this commercial came on. I don't know why I'm feeling so emotional right now. What's wrong with me? And then he made a joke where he was like, ha, you're being emotional. Maybe you're pregnant. And I'm like, and then I started crying some more. I'm like, don't fucking make jokes like that. Like, I don't want to be pregnant. And then like, we ended the conversation, and then he like hits me up later on, and he's like, hey, maybe you should check just in case. You know what I mean? Thank God I did. Because could you imagine because I mean, what's the cutoff for like when you want to get an abortion? Like, isn't it like after 2 months you shouldn't or something.
Depends if you want to do it legally or illegally.
True. Okay, good point. Well, so when he said that, I was like, fine, fuck it. I'm just to fucking have great peace of mind. I went to the store, I got a fucking pregnancy test, and I'm like, it's positive, no way. So then I go back to the fucking store and I buy 3 more. I'm like, I'm gonna make sure this shit is not fucking false, or I make sure, you know what I mean? And then I fucking did 3 more tests, and then I fucking started crying again, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucking pregnant. I had no fucking idea. So I went to the doctor, and they were like, yeah, you're 2 months pregnant. And I'm like, how the fuck did I not know this? Because I had no fucking idea. And I was fucking drinking too and shit, all this kind of stuff, partying. And so then I was like, done. Gotta get this out. And then I got the IUD, and now I can't get pregnant. Yep. But here's the fucked up part. That specific, even as much as I love getting cream pied, that's my favorite way to make a guy come is
Mine
fucking
too.
cream pie. It's like less messy. There's just something dirty about it. I fucking love getting cream pied, whether it's my pussy, my asshole. Cream pies are the way to fucking go. Unless, either that or down my throat. But anyways,
Down the Mario hole?
yeah, down the Mario. Cue in the fucking noise. So, what was I gonna say? So when I got pregnant, this is actually another part of the educational part of this fucking show, ladies. Because and the reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of my girlfriends that are like kind of sexually inexperienced, you know, like my civilian girlfriends, that are like, oh, I'm not on birth control. I'm like, you know, you can still get pregnant even if he doesn't come inside you, right? Because that's what happened with me.
Oh my God.
Like, he never busted a nut inside me because I wasn't on birth control. We just did and to be fair, I was very young and stupid, and I thought maybe I was incapable of having children. I was like, oh, maybe I can't have kids because of like how slutty I was over the years, and like all the close calls where I wasn't pregnant. I just thought, I don't think I can get pregnant. So, but he never came inside me ever because I wasn't on birth control. Boom, I get fucking pregnant, and I'm like, oh my God, it's not like he busted a huge fat load in me. And so at that point, I was like, give me fucking birth control. And I had taken birth control before, but I stopped taking it because, you know, I was in a relationship with this dude for like 5 fucking years, even though, you know, I was shooting all this other stuff. But yeah, man. So for the ladies listening and the guys too, make sure your bitch is on fucking birth control, because you don't have to fucking necessarily bust. I mean, we all know this, but it has to be said because that's what happened to me. I fucking got knocked up from fucking pre-cum or whatever. And the would-be baby crews would be 7 if they were here today.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
Let's just take this to a darker turn, shall we?
I have thankfully never had any pregnancy scares. Not one.
Good for you.
And I have definitely raw dogged some people in my day.
Condoms suck. Come on.
Yeah, especially when I'm drunk.
Condoms suck.
How about
Especially
you, Charlotte?
anally.
I hate condoms. I've been on birth control even like back when I wasn't like sleeping with dudes, just for like period regularity.
Yeah,
stuff.
for sure.
Back when I still menstruated. Back during the war.
Yes.
Yeah, I fucking hate condoms. One time I did 2 condom scenes in one day. And I got like an inch long tear in my vagina, and I had to go to the doctor, and they're like, oh, you really need to like get this stitched up. Let's make like an appointment for that, because I can't do it right now. I'm like, oh, I'm fucking going to Europe tomorrow for 2 weeks, so can't do that. And so I was just like nursing a broken vagina for the duration of my trip.
Oh my God.
It was very unpleasant. I just did anal, but the anal was great.
See, that's what I like about loving anal so much, is that, like I said earlier, that, you know, when your fucking pussy's out of commission like that, just stick in. I have 2 other holes, my mouth and my fucking asshole.
But ever since then, like, I'm like only like use condoms like if they're absolutely necessary, like if I'm fucking like, you know, somebody and they're like, oh, you know, I'm between tests or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I trust you, but you know, if you just want to make sure for peace of mind, you know, I have them.
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, practice safe sex, people. It's
Exactly. Safe sex. Yeah.
do as we say, not as we do. Except for my mom listening, I totally practice safe sex, Mom. I almost said it with a straight face. I almost got. No, I really do. I the majority of the time, I do.
Yeah.
It's just been a handful of people where the moment struck us, and
Well, of course. But I feel like, as someone who like feels very strongly about like, positive sex and whatnot, like I think because I've met people down the line, like there's men and women both that are like very, very petrified of STDs and stuff like that. And I think the problem is it's one thing to be cautious, and it's another thing to be super paranoid 24/7. Like, you sucked my dick for 2 seconds. Oh my God. Like, am I going to get AIDS? You know what I mean? Like,
well, most people who have that mentality, they don't know anything about how they're spread or how like
they don't.
If you get like chlamydia or gonorrhea, it's like no fucking big deal. Take a week off shooting or fucking or whatever, take your medicine and then get tested again and you're usually good. But like some people, like they're like, oh, herpes, that's disgusting. It's like, you probably have it, bitch.
Yeah. That's what I tell people. I'm like, a lot of people, because especially meeting people who know about my history, right? They automatically assume, aren't you scared, this and that? And it's like, first of all, we get tested every 2 weeks and we're statistically cleaner than the fucking general public, right? And then they start talking about like herpes and this and that. I'm like, that's not just something that's in porn, right? Like, everybody in the world has STDs. It's not just something that happens to people that happen to do porn. You know what I mean? Like, that's the one thing that pisses me off when people happen to know where I come from or what business I used to be a part of, or people, or just in general talking about people in the business. It really makes me mad because I'm like, I don't think you understand how STDs work, and that's the main problem. I think the biggest problem is too many people are paranoid because of stuff that they read about, and I'm like, you have to understand how this stuff works. It's like, there's like almost no fucking cases of people passing certain things, orally, for example. Also, what was I gonna say? It's also a little bit harder for women to pass things on to men, and this and that. There's so many different things, and I always tell them, I'm like, you know what? Whenever because me being someone who can, especially when I'm single and I go through my tramp pages, I'm very fucking promiscuous and I'm like, ooh, give me all these fucking dicks and all these pussies and stuff like that. And I still got tested regularly, even when I was like not shooting porn and fucking all these people. And my tests always came back clean because I'm always very aware of what's going on. Obviously, if I have a dude's this has never happened, by the way, but if I were to meet up with a guy and there was something funky going on with his dick, I'm not gonna fucking be like, yeah, stick it in me, you know what I mean? Like, it's just common sense. And I feel like I remember when I was in college, there was this dude who was the same way, very petrified of fucking STDs and shit. This is before I got into porn, and he was like, you're gonna suck my dick with a condom. And I'm like, what? Like, you want me to suck your dick? What the hell is going on here? You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not gonna pass on anything. I mean, you can, it's possible, but
the chances are like,
but the chances
low.
are super fucking low. But he was that paranoid that it just was not fun for me. I was like, I don't even want to have sex with you now. Like,
well, I know at least the people in my generation, all the sex ed classes I took in school pretty much tried to drill that fear into you. You fuck once without a condom, you're getting AIDS.
Well, yeah.
I used to have one girlfriend who she was like very paranoid about STDs, even though like the risk of transmission with like lesbian sex is even lower.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Totally
and like
lower.
we would always like, clean dildos, like switch them out or whatever between like when we were taking turns like fucking each other. But like, before like I would eat her out or anything or like have sex with her, she'd like, oh, we have to like take a shower and like brush our teeth and like douche and all that stuff. I'm like, fucking douching is like bad for you, first of all. And like, second of all, you're taking all the fun out of it with your paranoia and like over cleanliness. And this is just not enjoyable because you're so uneducated and dumb. I just want to bash your brains in.
The girl that the first girl I ever had sex with in college was the same way. She had never been
so
with a girl before
annoying.
either. And I ate her pussy, whatever. That was like, I mean, what else can we do? You know what I'm saying? Other than fingers and whatever else. And she flipped out the next day. It was like almost like the like buyer's regret. You know what I mean? The next day, she was like, "Oh my God, do I need to get tested now? This and that." Da, da, da. And I'm like, "Bitch, relax. It was just my mouth on your pussy. Like, fucking chill out." And it was fucking her. And I had lived with the bitch. You know what I mean? And that was same thing where she was just like having a mini freak out. Like in the moment, it was fine. She was the one that was like, "Hey, I kind of want to fucking, like." Jump in there and shit. And the next day she like just fucking freaked out on me, and I'm like, I've been tested, and this is before I got into porn, because like, my friends gave me an intervention and they were like, we're worried about you, because I was like fucking everything that moved. So I like went and got tested just for peace of mind and to be like, hey, look guys, I'm clean, you know what I mean? But yeah, like I hate that shit.
I was dating a girl in the early 2000s. Girl was 22 and still a virgin, and was just that afraid of STDs.
How does that happen?
she was just that petrified of STDs. She wanted to lose her virginity to me, then backed out last moment because I didn't have a test within like the last hour.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit on the hour.
But still, yeah. Like, yeah.
She's like, do you have a clean test? I'm like, I've been tested since the last time I've had sex. And I was, do you have a printout?
Oh my God.
No. So it never happened.
And
There
to
are
this
people that-
day, she's still a virgin.
No, she actually lost her virginity a couple of years later, drunk on St. Patrick's Day, to a dude who never called her back.
And I bet you she didn't use a condom for a fucking...
She claims she did.
I hope she got chlamydia anyway, because you can still get chlamydia through a condom. It's happened. It happened to me once.
Yeah. Yeah, even condom. That's the thing. When people, I think the next time anybody tries to give me shit, I'm gonna be like, you can still get stuff with condoms, right?
Yeah, I was at the doctor's, and this is why I only go to porno doctors now, but first the bitch was like, oh, it's that Prop 60 thing. Did it pass? I'm like, you should be a little more educated about the issues that affect your patients. And then she's like, well, I just think, so you guys are like so high risk, you should like be using condoms and stuff. I'm like, bitch, I'm seeing you because I have a torn vagina from using a condom. And second of all, I get tested more often than you fucking do.
Yeah, and high risk, we get tested. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Civilians would be considered more high risk than us, but people are just very ignorant. That's the thing, and they're ignorant. They're uneducated.
Yeah. It just goes to show you can be a fucking medically educated doctor bitch and like not know what you're talking about.
I had Dr. Bitch.
Well, and that's how Prop 60 got on the bill, is people not being educated on the actual issues.
Yeah.
And it's like, why fucking, try to like control something that does not affect you? Like, you're not in porn. Why are you voting on something that only affects us? Like, fucking stay out of it.
I wholly agree. And for our audience that was unaware of what Prop 60 is, Prop 60 was a California law that got proposed that would force condoms into porn, which technically is already there.
Mm-hmm. It's just not really well enforced.
No, there's no budget to enforce it, and they don't feel it's an actual priority to enforce it. But there was a whole lot of other ugliness attached to it. Like, the person who proposed the prop would get a state job for life. Mm-hmm. Or the fact that...
And he was appropriating money from the AIDS Healthcare Foundation to fund this bill instead of actually spending it on, I don't know, research for a cure for AIDS.
Right. Or the fact that it would allow private citizens to litigate porn stars.
Yeah.
And get their personal information, potentially putting them at risk. There's a whole lot of bad stuff involved. Mm-hmm. We don't have the time, or it thankfully failed, and we don't have the time to get further into it.
Yeah, but what pissed me off is the way it was like shown to the public is they left all that shit out. They're like, oh, it would just put condoms in porn. And, I mean, a normal, civilian thinking like, oh, I want these people to be safe. Like,
That's exactly what that's the reason why they did that. It was like a fucking, what do you call it? Excuse me. Oh my God.
Annie, no coke on air.
Shut up. People are going to believe you if you say that too. They're like, alrighty.
But yeah, the average like civilian is like uninformed about like what goes on in the porn industry and just thinks we're all like fucking willy-nilly. So they'd probably be like, oh, I have to protect
that
these
was like
people.
the cover story. They wanted people to think that's what it was really for. Like, oh, if we say it this way, people are going to think that's what it's for, and then they're going to fucking vote on it. And that's why I like, whenever I would like tell all my friends like on Facebook or on social media, I'm like, no, this is what it really is. And they're like, oh. Because one of my friends who I know in real life, like a fucking really close friend of mine, he was like, isn't California great? We can now legally smoke weed recreationally, and now there's condoms in porn, ha ha ha, like thinking it was a funny joke. And I'm like, actually, no, I really hope you didn't fucking vote yes on that proposition. He's like, I didn't. He's like, I was just trying to be funny. And I was like, okay, good, because it's not about condoms. And then I had to explain it to him on my Facebook page. And he was like, oh shit, I didn't fucking realize that's what it was. I was like, yep. Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, it failed. I'm sure they're going to try to give it another go at some point.
Yeah, dude, I think it was like 54% no, 51%.
No, it was a little bit higher than
Something
that.
like that? Okay.
It was pretty soundly shot down.
Oh, wow, good.
Yeah, wasn't it like 40?
Yeah, it was like 60-40.
It was like 60-40,
okay,
I think.
That makes me feel better.
Still, that's a lot, though, if you think about it. Like 60-40, you're like, I mean, if it would have been 70-30, it'd be like, oh, yay. But I think 60-40, that 40-something%.
That's like almost half of like California voters.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think the people that did vote yes on it were clearly like unfamiliar, unaware, uneducated with what it really is all about. Mm-hmm. Or they just fucking don't care for porn and they're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they're religious and they're like, oh, this may hurt the business.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There are a lot of motives for that one.
But on that note, on that dark ass note, it's actually last call.
Oh my God. Wow, we didn't even take any breaks on that one, did we?
Nope.
Good.
No
Well-
one had to pee.
Motherfucker. All right, well, it's last call. Charlotte, where can we find you online?
Well, for like a directory of all my social media stuff, you can go to toiletbaby.com for all your toilet baby needs.
That's amazing.
My Twitter and Instagram are both Goth Charlotte. And you can like buy videos of me to jerk off to on just go to toiletbaby.com. It's everything.
It's your one-stop shop for toilet baby needs.
That's
Yeah.
fucking amazing. Toiletbaby.com.
I'll have to show you
Awesome.
my toilet baby tattoo and my urinal tattoo after we get off air.
Okay, I want to see that. I have to see that. Yeah. Well, you guys can find me at Annie fucking Cruz on Twitter, at Annie Cruz on Instagram, AnnieCruz.com for business, AnnieFuckingCruz.com for pleasure, and of course, theseductivelifestyle.com for all your dating sex needs. And of course, Matt.
You can always find me at Matt_Slayer on Twitter, Matt Slayer on Instagram, Matt Effin Slayer on Facebook, Matt Slayer on Snapchat. I'm really great at branding with all the fucking different names, aren't I? Mm-hmm. And as always, you can find the podcast at And Now We Drink on Twitter, and Now We Drink with an _ on Instagram.
And of course, andnowwedrink.com for more ways to listen and all that good fun stuff.